Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, people, and welcome to Footy Judgment special show today with all the City fans' voices. Actually, Patrick is upset that he's not joining the show, but we'll do another one. But big up everybody that is here. Hit that like button if you just joined in a special show. Credit to Martin, of course, the Mancunian way in the description for organizing this. He is the brain behind this, so I want to thank Martin for this, of course. Tony as well. Someone who's here all the time organizing the show. And big up to the people that is the first time on the channel. Ryan, of course, you have seen him absolutely a lot of times on Twitter. Of course, his channel is pinned in the description. But if you haven't followed Ryan on Twitter, we are City, of course, on Twitter. Strong, very strong opinions. Of course, if you're an Arsenal fan, you hate him. If you're a Man United fan, you hate him, of course, for all the opinions that he gives. Luke, of course, Luke has his own channel. His channel's in the description. Luke just reached 1K. Gave a brilliant 9-minute video that I watched all and absolutely has inspired a lot of people and inspired myself as well. So Luke, give Luke absolutely a subscription from the description of the video. Great channel. And Pat, of course, all the way from Australia, joining us, of course, all the way. Just woke up. You just woke up.
Yeah, I got out of bed probably about 45 minutes ago. Yeah, it's just clicked 7:15 in the morning here.
And of course, you know her by the name 𝐒𝐬𝐞 𝐂𝐨𝐶. Wind up in the chat as always. She's here, absolutely a City fan. Winds up HUSAM, myself, and everyone, of course. But big up everyone. Get your questions in. We're talking Manchester City again. Is the red cartel? We're talking the future of Pep Guardiola. Is he going to complete and finish a decade at Manchester City? And are Manchester City catching up on Arsenal, being the biggest club in England, the most successful, third most successful club in England, of course. We're talking all things in Manchester, in Manchester, are the tides are shifting towards Manchester City instead of Manchester United, or still it is Manchester United, the majority in Manchester as well? So get your questions in. Hit that like button if you're watching this now, and if you're watching this on the replay, make sure to hit that like button. Brilliant panel here with us. We saw with 𝐒𝐬𝐞 actually. She's ladies first. Go ahead. Tell us.
Well,
Tell us.
hello. Thanks
Is
for
the
having
world
me.
against Man City?
I'm sorry, what?
Is the whole world against Man City?
No. I don't really care what other people think, even though I'm rattling people in the chat about that. I mean, all this talk about who's the biggest club, honestly, I think you're overcompensating for something else. So I don't really buy into that argument. I don't really care if I'm the biggest club. Like, I just focus on my team. I don't really watch rivals that often, unless it's like a big game. Like, I'm not waking up at 4:30 in the morning to watch like Liverpool and Nottingham Forest. Maybe I should have for that game though. That would have been funny. But yeah, people can think whatever they want. I don't care.
All right. So I suggested the title. Tony and Martin liked it. What do you guys actually think this? That the people actually?
Oh, that was
Because
just
there are two- it
Okay,
actually
well,
cannot be the city against the world against city. But in the same times, I've done a lot of shows with people and they say we actually don't care. It's fine if City win 5-5. Who cares? How can it be both ways? I actually don't know.
Do you think people don't care? I'm
Me?
saying, do you? Yeah.
Bro, I think people fucking care, bro. City have 10 league titles, a treble, a Champions League. They're going in a 5-peat. They have Pep Guardiola. I'm telling you, do you know what is the reality? Being a neutral outside. If Pep Guardiola renews for 3 or 4 years, the meltdown on the internet will be crazy. And now will you know that people care? You will know in that time that people care. That is the reality. They're all hopeful. Yeah, he's gonna leave soon. You know what I mean?
People clearly care. People are making old Twitter pages just concentrating on Man City content. So clearly people care. The Magic top hat wouldn't go through all the garbage he's gone through if he didn't care about Man City.
The Premier League need Magic Top Hat on their legal team, as you were saying.
It would win.
Oh yeah,
it would win the case. It would win the case. The KCs can't argue with him. Lord
and Nick Harris. Let's not forget him. Let's not forget Sporting Intel as well.
You know the rumor that the Magic Top Hat is Nick Harris, his burner account or something.
Nah,
yeah, but Ryan raised a good point. How do people speak a lot about the referees are with Man City this, Man City that, and then they say we don't care?
If they cared, they wouldn't talk about Man City. Like, I'm sure that Nottingham Forest fan down in Birmingham, most of his top rated videos are about Man City. It's like,
jealousy's a bitch.
Can I just make a point?
Most of rival fans' top videos are about Man City, and especially about the 150.
Their most viewed videos are about Manchester City. Look at Mark.
100%.
Most viewed videos are about Man City.
Let's be real, yeah.
For real. No, that's not true though. I'm gonna ask you something, and that was a question that was asked to me by Mo Salad. He said, "Do you think last season when City won the title, was it more about Man City winning the title or Arsenal losing the title?"
I can't believe
you're winning the title.
No one cares about Arsenal. Let's get out of the way. Who cares about? Only Arsenal fans care about Arsenal. That's fact. Like, Arsenal.
They've spent 800 million and still haven't got anywhere close. They've bottled it twice.
I don't think they bottled it.
Regardless of the bottling,
well, they did. They bottled it.
Regardless of the bottling, yeah. Arsenal are not.
We put the pressure on and they crumbled.
I think they had that last year. We were just
Arsenal and history. Forget what happened 20 years ago. I don't. No one. Stop dwelling on 20 years ago. There's no point.
Yeah, the best thing is people will say they don't care about City. There's a load of Arsenal fans in your chat right now who don't care about City, but they're tuning into a City stream talking shit about City. I wouldn't watch an Arsenal stream. So any Arsenal
their last trophy in the last 5 years is an FA Cup.
Also, the funny thing is all the people on Twitter probably weren't alive the last time Arsenal won a Premier League. So I don't know where they're getting this arrogance from because they haven't seen anything.
This is
okay. So we have that many City fans here. Okay, Papa Beard number one. Just so
we're all in one room for once.
Mo, Okay, Mo, how did you find this many City fans? I actually have 2 that are not invited yet, or 3 more that come on my channel. So Papa Beard is actually plenty, to be honest. But I want to ask something for real about this, the City fans and all the City shows. I forgot the question now, Papa Beard. You absolutely just fucked my head. God, someone remind me again. So the last thing that Luke said. Yes. Do you believe actually that in the current moment you are being more successful than Arsenal as a football club, and you're about to, if you win this season, are you about to surpass them? That's a genuine question. That's a genuine question to City fans that we always ask that to Arsenal fans. You know what I mean? I always ask this to Arsenal fans, but I never asked it to a City fan. Do you guys think really between yourself that you're getting past Arsenal? Because the reason why I'm mentioning
I'm struggling to think. Arsenal won 3 Premier League titles. What do you mean that we're getting past Arsenal?
No, they won 13
League titles.
They won 13 league titles, not 3 Premier League titles.
Most of you people, like as the ladies that most of you people weren't even born. You see what you're talking about? You're talking about history you wasn't a part of. Like I could say, oh, City won a cup in 1904. I want a part of that. I don't care. Like, I don't. Like, what does that bother me? It has no effect.
We won the Cup Winners' Cup in the 70s.
Like, yeah, it has no effect on my life. I wasn't even born in. So stop talking about.
We've got a Champions League ahead of them.
You see, like the treble. We was a part. We're a part of the treble. We've been a part of that. You're talking about trophies. You've never even seen your team lift.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Tottenham has
3 Premier League titles.
Okay. Devil's advocate.
You've won 3 Premier League titles, and you've never won a Champions League. Let's get that out of the way.
For the record, too, Ryan, those three titles were never won back to back.
But don't forget, Ryan, they've got a golden Premier League. They've got invincible for the draw in 12 games. So
yeah.
They got the golden net cup, didn't they?
Yeah. What a load of shit.
It looks like it's out of Kinder. It looks like a cup out of the Kinder Surprise toys.
Looks like the one that you find in Mary D's getting photo opportunities with.
Like, come on, like you're not talking about Man United here. You have won like many titles, and you keep it. Arsenal basically done a Leicester just a bit more better when United was dominant. Like,
but hold on, but Liverpool won less than you in your lifetime, Ryan.
What's that?
Liverpool won less than you in your lifetime. Do you think you're bigger than Liverpool?
I didn't say bigger. There you go. I didn't say.
Are you more successful than Liverpool then?
In recent years, of course.
But also always in recent years. But overall,
what do you mean by bigger? What do you mean by bigger?
I don't care.
By the way, I didn't initiate this. Ryan did.
No, 1 minute.
I don't care what happened 50 years ago.
No one, United and Arsenal fans did not care about history 20 years ago. Nobody talked about history 20 years ago because they were being successful at the time. Liverpool fans have generally been the fan base that have talked about the history because United fans used to have a song and a chant taking the piss out of Liverpool fans for singing about their history. So this is what it is now. This is the biggest argument that annoys me. We're going about this. Who's bigger? No one cares how big anyone is.
Who's more successful?
Over the last 20 years, Manchester City.
Not 20 years. The football hasn't started 20 years ago.
Right, why couldn't we have this argument? Right, Mo, see, this is where I get me. Why are our successes pre-2008 banned from being talked about then? Why does no one talk about them? Because you get that you didn't have any. It's bollocks. Because we did. We were the first English team in 69-70 to win a League Cup and a European trophy. First team ever. We won an FA Cup before Arsenal were even invented.
Yeah.
But no one talks about it because we get banned from talking.
Before we go on in this,
we're not banning Arsenal.
Had something to say about Pep Guardiola. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I got to dash here really quick. I just want to say I'm optimistic that Pep's going to re-sign at least a 1-year deal. I'm hoping for 2. I mean, realistically, I'd like to be 5, but I'll take one because 10 years would be just absolutely insane. I think some of his quotes recently have kind of alluded to the fact that he's going to stay because he's talking about the Club World Cup. He's talking about after the Club World Cup. He's talking about Rodri coming back, which I don't think is happening until what, like December 2025. So I don't know why he'd be mentioning those things if he planned on not being with the team. So yeah, I know that kind of went off today. So optimistic for another, at least one more season of Pep after this, and hopefully 2 more. You never know.
Who's gonna? Do you think if you get charged and if you get found guilty in some charges, he will stay?
Yes, he was very. I think he was very clear about that in his press conference. He was very defiant, and because his reputation is on the line in that too. So I think he would just want to like. I just think that would just piss him off, and he'd go scorched earth on like everybody after that. He might even that might persuade him to stay for 5 years.
By the way, it's not his fault. By the way, like it wouldn't be like it's not anything to do with him if the Man City found guilty of any charges. Pep is not involved in these finances. By the way, he's not. No player is involved.
The perception is that it'll tarnish his legacy. I was having like a chat with one of my
Liverpool. It would tarnish his legacy in terms of like the asterisks or whatever thing, but he's not like guilty of anything. He didn't do anything. He just coached the team of football to win. You know what I mean? It's not.
I ask you George Graham's things tarnished.
Well, I don't know that.
Oh no, exactly. No, you don't know that one.
I wasn't alive then.
I
wasn't alive then.
You don't care about history now.
You just told me but you don't want to talk about Mr. Bung.
Just when it suits more history can be
I'm
talked
alive
about.
now.
See, I'm 42. I can talk about it. I've researched. This is why rivals can't come at me because I know my history.
All right then.
Don't come to a gunfight with a water pistol, ladies and gents.
I'm not coming for a fight. I'm 7 City fans on my channel.
No, but you just said 5 minutes ago history mattered and then went.
It did. History mattered, of course. I don't know enough about that, but I can't delete the history of a
look into it.
I can't delete a history of a football club. And it's not only about the trophies. It is about your regular participation in European football. It's about regular participation in top flight football. That is what it is about. That's what makes a club bigger or not.
Yeah, but
That's what
Arsene Wenger participated for 17 plus years and didn't win it once. So what's the point in that?
Yeah.
That's
to the point where they wanted him out.
That's Arsenal. That's Arsenal's thing, and you're just happy to get top 4 in it. That just lets you know what like Arsenal are as a club. He's happy for top 4. If you can get a league out of it, you try. But it's like he's not serious. Like, come on, man. Like,
you know what? You know one other thing. You know one other thing you said. Yeah, if you ask them this year about would you get rid of Arteta if he doesn't win the league title, it's like they're scared to talk about that question. And I'm like, is that Arteta such an important? Was he that greatest player that you've ever had? Like literally. Was he one of the greatest players you've ever had? They're so scared. He's like, Arteta's bigger than their club. And they're happy to accept 2nd place this season, 3rd place. If you ask them, would you question Arteta if you don't win the league title again after spending 800 million? They don't like to answer that question. It's an uncomfortable conversation.
Do you think he should get sacked as well? I don't want to turn this. I'm not turning this into an Arsenal show, okay? Like I'm not. I've spoken about this 2 hours ago, so I'm
what should Arteta go if they don't win the league?
Yeah,
is that what you're asking? Oh, yeah.
That's what Hamza brought up, not me.
Don't do it. No, don't do it.
Yeah, I don't care what Arsenal fans say. I do. I think he should go. Why not? He's had enough money, enough backing.
How is this turned into an Arsenal show already?
Yeah, their fans.
No, we're not
I'll
going
just
there.
quickly say then, because I don't want to. But their fans tell us how great their players are. They've got the best players all over the pitch. They're all better than City. So go and win the title, and don't just win 1 and come at us next summer if you win it. I want to see you win 5 on the bounce, not 1. Try retaining it, win 5, then start gobbing off. Add a Champ League, 4 Carabao, Centurions, all the rest of it. Then we'll talk. Till then, irrelevant.
Can I just say one thing? Because I want to bring Pat in. Or sorry, Mo. I want to ask Pat.
No, go ahead.
Pat's got a great story. You did a show earlier on, which I listened to with Dan. And it got into a bit of a sensitive spot with people's opinions. I won't go into it and I won't go back to it. But I got slightly irritated listening to it. It wasn't because of what was said, or because it's people's opinions. It was the little bit of double standards that was coming out. Because people were talking about how fans abroad are so important, and they are. Totally agree with that. But if there's a City fan from abroad, they're treated like a piece of shit and they're fake. Why is there double standards on it?
Are you talking about me?
No, it's a general.
If you're asking me, it's a very simple answer.
Question.
Actually, it's a very, very simple answer. And I'm telling you, it's a very simple answer, by the way.
I don't mean you. I'm not saying you.
No, but actually, I can give you the answer from even my point of view. If you're 30 years old or 30 plus years old, right? Of course, you liked football when you were 10 years old. Football, if you're 30 years old, football was on TV in 2000 and before 2000, maybe 2000. Let's say it was broadcasted globally in 2000. Well, how you didn't choose a team and you waited until you were 20 something years old to choose a team and you chose City? It means one or two things. It's either you were a fan of someone else and you changed when City got the success and the money, or there is another explanation. You weren't watching football at that time and you started watching football and City were successful and you supported City. But the more likely, but I want to ask you then, what is the most likely situation here? Is it someone who's 30 years old who loved football all their life? City have had success since 2011.
United got
Let's say exactly.
Yes, and Liverpool.
United got fans.
Exactly, that's very true. Since
that's my point.
I think.
Why did HUSAM become a Liverpool fan? You know
the answer. No, he said the answer. But I have the answer. I know the answer. HUSAM now is 29 years old.
Yeah.
When he started supporting Liverpool, it was Michael Owen. He's 7 years old. That is a good age to start support. I chose Inter when I was 13 years old because this is when football came to Egypt. When I was in Egypt, I was watching Ronaldo, Baggio, Zamorano, and I liked Inter at that time because Italian football was on TV in Egypt, right? But imagine you are 30 plus years old now, today, and you live somewhere where football has been broadcasted for 20 years, and you like football. You explain to me how that person is a City supporter. You guys, I want anyone on this panel, explain to me how someone who loves football for over 20 years chose City in 2005.
I want you guys. Have you got a spreadsheet of the ages of these fans?
No, but he's talking. No, he's talking. Oh yeah, Martin is.
No, but I'm saying, have you got a spreadsheet of the age of these fans? Because you keep on saying that City fans are. You ain't got a clue what age City fans started at. You can't sit there and say that. No, but you can't really sit there and.
Hold on,
no,
Ryan.
You can't sit there and say.
To be fair, I see Mo's point. No, I think it's more.
I don't think Ryan understand. I think Ryan you don't want enough. Hold on, let me just respond because you just accused me of something. This is the point. Me and Martin sit on panels, and Tony sit on panels and debate that the City fan base is increasing from the 10, 15 years old in America. I said, I go to the mosque here. A lot of kids are wearing City fans in the mosque. The schools here of City in America, there's a queue, right? But for the 10 years old, why? It makes a lot of sense. A 15 years old now, starting to watch football in TV, which team would you choose? The team that has the superstars, the Kevin De Bruyne's, the Haalands, Pep Guardiola. Yes. So you are saying that I have a spreadsheet. I don't.
That appears with growth, but
100%. But Martin's question was not about a 10 years old or a 15 years old. I don't do we don't talk to a 10, 15 years old. Right? No, we don't.
That's not for a show on YouTube. That Mo.
No, I've got no problem. Listen, I'm not pulling with HUSAM. My issue is though when HUSAM will call City fans plastic.
Yeah,
when they're supporting the club for the exact same reason he supported Liverpool.
Shows a team that's got the
most. So plastic then. So he's calling City fans for something.
Get my point? Am I?
No, I try to understand your point. Obviously, I get where you're coming from with, say someone, let's say in America who's 30-odd-year-old started watching football 10 years ago and then randomly picks Man City. I get that. I 100% get that.
That's okay.
That's absolutely fine.
That's okay. That's fine. Absolutely. There's a lot of people here in America that started watching football, by the way.
Exactly.
10, 12 years ago. And they chose City because City had Aguero. Yeah. And that moment.
And that's exactly
it was in TV here on NBC and they watched that moment. You know what I mean? Or where did that?
Now ask Pat why he became a City fan.
How become a City fan, Pat?
A mate of mine I used to play cricket with invited me over to his house the first time I was ever allowed to drink under the age of 18, and it happened to be the last ever derby at Main Road. And I remember watching it, and just the sound from Main Road, it was like, I could have sworn that I didn't really have much exposure to football that time, but when I did, I just listened to the crowd, and I remember asking him, I said, like, did your team win a trophy or something? He says, we haven't won anything since 1976. And I remember just watching that game and, just getting behind it all. And, and then I found out later there was an Aussie playing in the game too, which was enough for me to say, like, yeah, I can get behind this team a little bit. And it just sort of elevated from there, basically. So, yeah, I'm a bit of a tragic when it comes to supporting a football club. And, it's in my DNA anyway, because, if anybody knows anything about Australian football, is we've been in the shadows for many, 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 many years. So, it's a bit of a breath of fresh air to have, all this, the 𝐔𝐬𝐞 𝐂𝐨𝐶 ownership come in, 15, 16 years ago. So, yeah, I'm enjoying it for what it is. But, in terms of the history of football and, following football from this part of the world, you got a lot to deal with, never mind just, mutants online telling you're a glory hunter and things like that. So, look, if I could pitch in my 2 cents about this whole, when people supported City and supported them at a certain time in their lives or a certain time in the club's success and things like that. Nobody's mentioned the G word yet, glory hunter. And I think that gets thrown around a lot, particularly at, United fans, going back into the 90s and 2000s. And, like it's easy to throw around at anybody these days, especially when you've had even just a little bit of success and things like that. But for me personally, I think the word glory hunter is completely irrelevant, because I'd like to think that majority of those fans that started supporting, United in the 90s, they're still supporting United today. And they're a shadow of what they were 20, 25 years ago. So why should we keep calling those people glory hunters when their loyalty has never been questioned and still isn't being questioned today?
Yeah.
And the question becomes for me then is that as time goes on, when Pep leaves, even if 𝐔𝐬𝐞 𝐂𝐨𝐶 and Abu Dhabi United group leave and things change at the club, whether they change for better, change for worse, then I think the question then becomes are our fans still going to be as loyal? And I do think that they will be. Now, I think football today, there's a lot more exposure on what people say and what people do, and the origins of what they're, it's depending which way you look at it, it can be tougher for people to be football fans today, especially if fans of clubs that are more successful. But at the end of the day, I don't think anybody should, as long as your loyalty isn't questioned, then who are we to criticize anybody for what team they support?
Yeah, and that is spot on, that word loyalty. I think people, that's what we as fans expect, is loyalty. If you support City from wherever you're from, however old you were, it doesn't matter as long as you stick with the club. Now, I will say this as well, because plastic's banded around for foreign fans or whatever. I know 2 United fans, both from Manchester, who don't, United fans, sorry, who don't watch United anymore because they're shit. They don't support them. They don't watch the games. That's what they've told me. In fact, one's my neighbour, so I've got to keep it down. But he turned to me a few weeks ago and I said, "Oh, you see United game?" "Oh, no, I don't watch them anymore. They're shit." So, "Oh, great fan." Now, he's from there. So it's just banded about as, "Oh, well, you're from, the other side of the world. You must be plastic." It's a complete crock of shit. Absolute rubbish.
I don't care if you started supporting your club. It doesn't matter what club it is. It doesn't matter if you started supporting yesterday. As long as you don't ever put yourself in a position where someone's going to question your loyalty, then who is anybody else to be critical of that?
And also,
I'll give
you an example.
Absolutely no one. Okay, but no, Pat.
End of the day, you can't win. You can't lose.
It doesn't matter what.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't, man.
Start supporting a football club, in my opinion, what you're not allowed to do in your life is change who you support. The reason why, because that means you're just changing because of.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, and that I think that's more of it. That's as much an English thing that is filtered out into world football as well too. I believe when you once you choose a club, you stick with it.
That's everywhere. Egypt, I think everywhere.
Let me say, you see, my brothers always supported Newcastle since Faustino Asprilla, Robert Lee, 𝐒𝐬𝐞 𝐂𝐨𝐿. Those years they they were good. They were good. Yeah. They beat Barcelona 3-2. I remember I was young, my brothers celebrate. That was one of his greatest moments. And Timori Kashbaya. And he talks about it. But now, people ask, "Oh, so you start supporting Newcastle since the Arab money?" So now he's being asked the question, the same question I'm being asked, and everyone's being asked. I think people are so, when they see City winning, So they come up for their fan base. They call them plastics, can't fill their stadium because they have no any other argument to justify. It's the team that's rattled and all this fan base. Can you imagine? Like they're stopping Liverpool winning a league title, stopping Jurgen Klopp, who they loved, winning league titles, making Steven Gerrard not have a league title in his life. That was Man City. Man City is the reason why Steven Gerrard never won the league title in his life. Like, so the Liverpool fans are hating Man City. How dare you? How dare you make my legend not win a Premier League title that Danny Drinkwater has? Arsenal fans are looking there. You're stopping my dream. 20 years of lack of trophies. So they can't come for the club. They can come up for the club and say, oh, oil money. All they do is to spend. We don't spend now. So there's no any other argument other than fan base. Let's come for their fan base. To me, when they say, oh, how long have you disappointed? I say, I know. Because to me, it's the same question. They have nothing other than to talk about. Because
people only question the fans.
Talk about trophies. I'm happy to talk about my club.
No, people only question the fans of a team that's successful. If City wasn't doing nothing for the last 3 years, no one would question about how long the City fans been or anything like that. It's like,
but Ryan,
it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, but Ryan, that also goes for the 115. If we were sat in 12th, not winning anything, and the 115 existed, everyone would go, I don't give a shite about that case.
Exactly, no one would care
because there's shit up.
It'd just be another Everton, basically.
Yeah, that's it. No one cares whatever really happens to Everton because they're not winning. If City had shit up, we're better than all the rest, and that's why we.
You know what it is, and you know what it is.
We're all just plastic, apparently. That's it.
There's this belief.
Shouldn't even be on here. Shouldn't be talking about. We were all just plastic, apparently.
No, but do you know what makes me laugh is people are ignorant because there's this belief. City go League One. We were in Division 2 for one season. One season. It was our lowest ever. We were in the same seat. We were, by the way, let's not talk about Liverpool in the 50s and what division they were in, ladies and gents.
Let me Google it.
Do you know what I mean? That's what I mean. You want to talk about history? I'm here for it. But, spending 55 grand
certain things from history that I would like to
get out the second division
on a live stream.
This is where the issues are coming, Mo, is City were one and always were one of the big clubs. Go back to the inaugural Premier League. We were part of it.
Martin, just to really go back here, because there's someone in the chat there saying about no fans, the usual waffle.
We've got the highest league attendance in world football, in English football.
85,000. Hang on, 85,000 is the largest attendance in English football club history, and that is Manchester City versus Stoke. So clearly we've got fans somewhere.
Yeah, we've got no fans. No fans.
They all go back in the woodwork at some point.
Clubs have been able to break our record with no fans. You absolute dickheads. You absolute plastic knobheads. Sitting there going on with no fans. Then beat our record. Sorry, you can't unless you go to Wembley. Get back in your box, put on your telly and watch your teams. Enjoy. You're in our shadow. Deal with it.
And we'll stay there as well.
No, I'm annoyed at this. I'm getting pissed off because it's agendas. And some of them you won't like. It's political and xenophobic. And I won't talk about the R word.
I've done a video on the racism. Say what you want, man.
Institutional racism.
I thought you were talking about
institutional racism. I've already said it. I've already done it. I've already done a video on that. It's institutional racism.
If you look at City when they were in Division, when the Premier League, like in the league, Division 1, back in the 60s, Liverpool in Division 2. Liverpool in Division 2 when we were in Division 1 before them. So they had to tell us how to get to Division 2 because we never knew about Division 2. So they should look at their history, but they cover this. They cover their history as if they've been sitting there in this upper table for the rest of their life. United were relegated by Man City with the back heel. Back heel.
When we were in the lower divisions, when we were in the lower divisions, we had about 33,000 main road average, roughly around that area. Now I can tell you, the Emirates has less than that. If they're losing at home to someone like Brighton or Palace, their fans are out that stadium so bloody quick. You can look on the hour mark and it's 2/3 empty. So and they certainly wouldn't have over 30,000 fans if they dropped to the third tier. City fans have been loyal, right? I've supported City all my life, and I can tell you we are an incredibly loyal fan base. I've been home and away. I don't go as much now, but back then, packed home and away. You know, it doesn't matter Tuesday night down at Reading. It doesn't matter. Our fans are incredibly loyal. We've been known for it. If you'd have asked these idiots back 20 years ago, before we won stuff, they'd say, "Oh, City fans are loyal. City fans are really loyal, really good fan base." Because we won sod all and we were shit and we were no threat. Now we're good. Oh, shit fans. None of them support them anyway.
Let's move away from that. Let's move away from that.
One thing.
I want to move on. I want to go to football. I want to talk about the
Did
football.
you watch Man City when we beat them? Remember that tiki taka we played them in the Emirates? Watch it. 50 minutes, yeah. Emirates was empty. Go and check it. 60 minutes when we played that football. Like, where? That's what I'm saying. We're all the fan base. They're in the Premier League. So when they come out about City stadiums empty hard, it's like it's the same old story. Like literally.
Well, I hope it's not empty because they're adding a new bloody stand or two it anyway. So they're clearly.
Yeah, but we've got no fans. We're making the stadium bigger. We've got no fans.
Yeah, hotel. We got hotel. 10 more pitches being brought up. Whole new academy. All this shit. But we're going down 10 divisions as well.
I've been to the stadium, by the way.
Does it look like there's only 3 people walking around it, Mo?
Kind of. There was about 15.
It's better than usual.
We could say this about this panel. We say, well, if we're all here, who's at the Etihad?
There's a good job there's no fucking game on, isn't there?
Guys, hit the like button, people. Olu's saying, lol, these are just gonna moan your big Man City. Oh my God, Arsenal fan, Olu. You do a lot of you do shows with him, Martin.
Thank you, Arsenal fan, for watching.
And Arsenal fans saying City fans moan. Do they not have mirrors in their house?
They just have.
Let's get 115 more likes in the chat.
Yeah. Yes. No, it's 130 actually, Luke Skywalker. So again, do your research, know your facts.
Hamza covering up his PSG top. Big up. And Kumar is saying the best team in the land and in all the worlds. Big up all my bros. Thank you, Kumar, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Looking like the football and Man City winning 4 in a row. How big of an achievement that is in comparison with the Man United long term of Sir Alex Ferguson? I've had this discussion a lot with other people. How do you see the club with the 4 and a triple winning in the middle? It's unmatched, number one, as much as the Man United 13 league titles under Ferguson. It's unmatched. Brilliant achievement, of course.
Well, that's the first thing, and then at least we're not sacking Fergie from our board, are we? They're telling him not even to go into the dressing room anymore now.
They had to sack him a long time ago, actually. I believe Alex.
I think that's right, though.
I actually believe Alex Ferguson being there was one of the reasons.
I think it's right. I think he should have got rid of him out of that stadium years and years ago.
I think he's a poison around that club because they're always looking back at him. They're always looking 100%. Back.
You should have done that years ago.
And at the end of the day, did they ever do 4 in a row? No. They had their treble. We've matched that.
They never done a domestic treble. They never got 100 points.
Yeah.
We've achieved so much more than
they retained their only treble for about 12 seconds.
Man City have achieved so much more than every club in this league.
And we did him a favor by letting 10 out win the FA Cup so he could keep his job longer. He's staying 10 more years. We did him a massive favour.
If Pep was here the same amount of time as Ferguson, he would, without any doubt, pass Ferguson by a bloody mile across all the trophies. That's, in my view, that's without question. So you can't really sell 13 and all this shit. We haven't had as long a period as them. They when the Premier League started, they had the biggest resources. Ferguson actually nearly lost his job just before it. He clung on because a bloody late goal against Oldham in the Cup. And he kept his job, spent a shitload of money. And I'm not discounting the job he did. He did really well.
Did a brilliant job, and I don't think he had.
Yeah, he did.
Come on now.
But on the other hand, though, Mo, people say, oh, Pep's only won or had before we won it with City. He's only won a couple of Champions Leagues. Well, so Ferguson with United in a longer period. Pep was a fraud when he only won 2 in Barca and Bayern in the first couple of years of City. Ferguson had 20 odd years. We didn't bypass that. But oh no, he's the great Ferguson. It's all narrative, Mo. You know this. You know this.
I know, but
Everyone
listen,
does.
Luke has to go. I know Luke has to go, guys. Big up Luke, of course.
Take
Take care, Luke.
City Luke TV in the
See you,
description.
mate.
Guys, make sure
Yeah,
to
mate.
subscribe to Luke. Appreciate the you joining, Luke. Appreciate you so much, guys. Make sure to hit to Luke's channel, give him a subscription. If one of the mods, please, can put Luke's channel in the chat, I would appreciate it so much, guys. Hit Luke with a subscription, like his last video or last 10, because it helps the channel massively. Appreciate you, Luke. We'll see you soon.
Thank you ever so
Appreciate you,
much.
buddy.
Take care, boys.
Thanks, man.
See you
All right,
later.
mate.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, mate.
Take it easy, mate.
Okay.
Now the stadium will have two, Kelkster and Luke.
Got two now. By the way, do you know what makes hilarious? Just think, I was just reading around a bit of a nose. But United fan went, we never bought our titles. Do you want me? Would you like me to reel off? Would you like me to reel off the signings? I mean, I can do if you want. You spent 1.8 billion to finish 14th.
Wow.
14th,
Wow.
1.8 billion. You should
What
be
is it?
ashamed.
What
You
is
should be
it with
ashamed of
rival-
yourself.
What is it? with
How
rival
United fans
who
can
get
ever
so
say,
This is what I
I'm
mean,
sorry,
bro. It's the
how they
Billy
can
Bull
ever
that
say
comes
that
out
they
the
never-
mouth.
staggering?
Go ahead,
Staggering.
Ryan.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Ryan.
how United fans can say they've never bought titles is unbelievable. They've
Yeah,
always
yeah,
spent.
just to let you know,
Look at how many
but
world
Gary
record
Pallister-
signings we had.
Gary Pallister, 1992, 2.5 million. You've got Gerard Piqué, Taibbi, Sheringham was one of the top players. I mean, we can go on. Should we talk about
Well, they
Bebe?
bought Van Nistelrooy and Veron in the summer.
Ruud van
No one had
Nistelrooy,
money.
Andy Cole, Dwight York,
Roy
Veron-
Keane was the first
wasn't
player to get
Veron
Rugby
was
Player
a-
of the Week.
Rio Ferdinand, Wayne Rooney.
Veron was a
Carry on.
reactionary signing to when Zidane went to Real Madrid, wasn't it?
Yeah, probably.
Sure
I
it was.
See, this is where United fans are a bit stupid. They don't
Yeah, but
understand.
it's not.
Their
But it's
club
not.
went on the stock exchange in 1992. That's how they made money.
Yeah, but
Mm.
all
The
rival
wholesale
fans get so
takeover.
offended when rival fans get so offended whenever you mention to spend money.
They-
Arsenal fans do it now. You see, spent 800 million, won an FA Cup. We haven't bloody spent that. Liverpool, look, Liverpool talk about the next spend because it suits the narrative, but they've spent a shitload of money when Klopp was there. Don't worry about the incomings. That squad cost a fortune. They won because they spent money as well. That is a big part of it. United are sort of doing the opposite now. They're spending money and they could go get relegated, to be honest, this season. They're so bad. But rival fans that are just so offended. City fans, if you say a part of the reason for your success is money, City fans will go, yeah, we know.
Yeah,
We
we
spent
know it
a
is.
lot of
We
money.
agree
We
with
know.
it. Did
Yeah,
we win
Pep
the
says the
lottery?
same.
Yes, we won the lottery. Thanks very much.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much.
Every
Yeah.
We're
club
having the
to
last laugh
succeed-
because we've spent that money more sensibly than you.
Correct.
every club that
Yes.
succeed and won trophies has spent money. Real Madrid, Barcelona was spending over 100 million for Coutinho, Dembele, and they didn't win. They didn't do nothing.
Griezmann 140.
Griezmann, exactly. They spent a hell of a lot of money. Every
See-
team, every
You
top
have
club
done it, though.
spends a lot of money.
And City
Every
don't
top-
spend. Man
You
United
have been
broke
charged.
British records on multiple occasions. They broke Wayne Rooney. They broke Rio Ferdinand. I remember Rio was a British record. Wayne Rooney was a British record. Veron was one of the best players in Serie A. And they bought him for 30 million at that time. Now it's like worth 150 million.
Lukaku, Paul Pogba was a world record. Lukaku was 75 million.
He bought him on 100. So Anthony,
Like-
100. Anthony, they spent 100 million on Anthony. Deep that. 100 million on a player like Anthony. That's how much they wasted money. So when you talk about United and City have just spent it smartly. City has bought people like 𝐒𝐢𝐬𝐿 for 2.5 million, sold it to Arsenal for 40 million. They bought Jesus for how much? They sold him to Arsenal for 40 million. How much we signed little. Look at Ake, exceptional, turned him to world class. Look at players like Ruben Diaz, no one heard of him. Turned here, has won 4 league titles in a row. KDB, people said he's going to be a flop. Chelsea reject, one of the greatest, if not the greatest midfielder of all time. Yeah, David Silva, 25 million. Aguero, 25 million. When United was
Hamza, the problem is, though, is you've got the manager of Manchester United, or well, not for long, but Ten Hag coming out saying they haven't spent money. He said it 2 weeks ago. I need more backing. We haven't spent the money other clubs have. So where are you getting this from? I don't. It's just straight lies. I don't. It just doesn't add up.
Liverpool
No one
spent
questions
70
it.
million on Szoboszlai. 70 million on a guy that hasn't even done it. Yeah, in the Premier League. Szoboszlai, 70 million. Easy. Yeah.
You know what?
Keita,
You know how good
70
City
million.
are at spending money. How good City are. Arsenal buy our rejects. That's how good City are at spending money. That's how good City are at investing. Because Arsenal want City's rejects.
Well,
Yeah,
laughing.
it wasn't, and
You all
Moreno, it
think-
wasn't that long ago we were buying their players.
You all think we're sat in
but
our
we-
house
How things have changed.
But they had to sell their players because of the stadium. Yeah, they had to. That's why they had
They
to sell
did,
their
though.
players.
They did though.
No,
they did.
no.
They-
Just because Arsenal's owners chose to go that direction, they didn't have to. They chose to go that direction. They chose to sell the best players. Arsenal's made a hell of a lot of money by a ticket. Even now they got one of the most expensive tickets in the league. That's
So
without the
do you know what
sponsors stuff. Arsenal's always made money. They just refuse to spend it. That's their
Arsenal
owner's
don't
choice.
make as much money as City now or Liverpool or Man United at all.
Yeah, because
The
City are
revenue is
massive, man. We
public.
already know that. Like, City are huge, bro. Like, you
But
can't compare
Liverpool
Arsenal to
and
us.
Yeah,
Liverpool
and I can't help but see the irony in it too, because what's their major sponsor funding?
Yeah,
Emirates.
exactly right.
Emirates.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It just
know
goes
what
full
we do?
People
circle.
say oil money.
Oil money, that's all you get.
Yeah.
And then we go, how come you're saying it's xenophobic? Because they're so thick, you don't understand what they're saying. And do you know what the ironic thing is?
Once you get past 3 or 4 syllables, mate, they struggle. Yeah.
No, it is the major thing. Arsenal fans, for some weird reason, don't understand where Emirates is from.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Can you teach these Arsenal fans where Emirates
From London
is in the world? Because you need to teach them. Because the last
from
time I
North
checked,
London.
it's called the Emirates Stadium. They have Emirates on the front of their shirts, but they're calling Gulf investment evil. I think I'd want a quiet word with Arsenal if I was at the Emirates.
No, Martin, they're like, who's this guy?
about
Who's this guy, Emmy, and what is he rating?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, are they that thick? Are they, Mo, can you teach them about the world?
You should
Do a
get sponsored by
geography lesson.
Ryanair.
Get an atlas.
Just
Get
put
a
this-
globe.
Get the globe out.
Ryanair Stadium. Ryanair Stadium.
You know what? It is the best one, Mo. Do you know what they don't realize is? Don't correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't it the daughter-in-law of Sheikh Mansour who runs Emirates? Or something like that.
Family, bro. In Arab countries,
But that's my point. So be careful what you do, because we'll just come and piss on your bonfire and close your club down. So just carry on what you're doing.
I don't know, but they're talking about the Man City getting the money from the Sheikh Mansour, and if it wasn't Manchester City, it would have been another club.
Someone
And all.
just said I'm not having it. They don't know where Emirates is from. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Let's talk about the football then. Let's talk about the football. Let's go to football. Olu, thank you, Olu. Easy to fill an Etihad with buy one get one free offer. Thank you, Olu, for the super chat. Appreciate it.
Thank you for watching, Arsenal fans.
Well, I will tell you why they are irrelevant, because they bought their trophy with oil money. That's why I don't care. Let me suppose Arsenal or United.
Arsenal bought second place with oil money. Arsenal bought the second place with oil money. The Emirates is oil money, so
yeah, you have to give all your Emirates money back because it's from that dirty Gulf state. Get it back. Send it back. No,
is that definitely? Hang on, is that definitely an Arsenal fan? Because if it's a United fan,
I don't know. I don't know an Arsenal fan.
Well,
I think maybe a Liverpool fan.
Surely it's more organic because they beat us to an FA Cup final with petrochemical money. Thank you, Ineos.
Unless,
where are we going here?
Should we talk about standard charter and illegal weapons? Should we talk? I mean, we can open the can of worms if you want, ladies and gents.
Yeah, there's someone. Hang on. There's someone in the chat here saying last I checked, Kroenke is American. I've just seen in the chat, Mo. I've just seen in the chat someone saying last I checked, Kroenke are American. They're clearly choosing what words they're selective here.
They don't get it.
They're not listening at all, are they? Who is your sponsor? You
moron? God gave you 2 ears. Use them, please. Your main sponsors. You're not going in the Kroenke Stadium. You're going in the Emirates Stadium. Can you tell them where the Emirates? Please, honestly, the thick. The thick are tone deaf.
I wanna go about the football. I wanna go about the football and just talk about the football now a little
No, we
bit.
don't. Piss off. Keep going.
Yeah.
We're on a roll here. Keep going.
How about I do this?
Chat, keep it up.
Come on, right.
Go on.
Now we've got a show.
Now we got to show
Everyone, get in the bed. You
It's the
too,
City
Mark. Piss
show.
off.
Here's the Man City show.
Now we're cooking on oil. Now we're cooking on oil.
Like I wanted to talk about the football a little bit, about the players that are coming.
Mo, this is your brand envelope.
Oh, thank you.
Wait until I have an Arsenal show tomorrow. It's just Arsenal fans at 5. So
Can you give them just honest an opening question? Can you ask them all where Emirates is from?
do you know where Emirates is from?
I need to know. I need to hear it though.
Come
Emirates
on,
is the UAE, guys. It's the United
And
Arab
where's that?
Emirates.
What region's that in, Mo?
That's the Emirates. That's the same as.
What, is it in the Gulf region?
Yeah, it's the United Arab Emirates.
But according to an Arsenal shareholder,
The eggs on the tin.
bit naughty, that's dirty money.
I don't think the argument is that. I don't want to get into that argument, but I don't think the argument is about the dirty money or not dirty money. I wouldn't take that, because I wouldn't call that money dirty and the American money is clean. For all I care about, at the end, it's all business and stuff. I don't think that is the argument. The argument is completely different. The argument is that Man City, before the oil money, before 2008, weren't as relevant as they are today.
We were in the UEFA Cup.
That's one time. I'm
No,
speaking
we were
for
in the
myself.
UEFA Cup.
No, yeah, more than that. Yeah.
See, this is what you're doing. One
Hold
time.
on. Let me just explain to you. When I started watching the Premier League religiously, like I started watching the Premier League in 2003, City were nowhere to be. At that time, Manchester City were not part of the teams that you would watch. This is what I call back. I'm gonna give you back in the 90s, before the Ruud Gullit and the Zola for Chelsea. Nobody cared about Chelsea. Not much. They were just a cup team, as the people say. You know what I mean? And that is what people talk about. I'm just presenting the argument, what people have. People say that if it wasn't Manchester City that was bought in 2008, it would have been anyone else, right? It would have been anyone else that would have had this success. I'm telling you the argument, right? This is the argument of people. Like Sheikh Mansour or someone could have bought Spurs, and this success, you guys will not change. You all are from, most of you are from, 4 of you are from, like 3 are from Manchester. Pat has supported City for a different reason, and Hamza's from the UK. But that success, that whole success would have been, that belonged to a different club. That would have belonged to someone else. That would have belonged to Spurs, for example. While for Liverpool, they say Liverpool, they were always in the picture. They were always a team in Europe that is in the picture, especially in the 80s.
Who's that? Sorry, who's that?
Liverpool.
No, they weren't.
And United in the late 80s weren't either.
In the 90s, hardly anyone knew about Liverpool. They were finishing like 8th under Roy Evans.
Yeah, United late 80s. Not
so now I want the response. That is the argument, Tony. There has to be a response for this.
Yeah,
does that make sense?
You know why? Because
that is the point.
People don't know football pre-1992. This is the problem.
All right, talk about it.
United, because go back in the 70s, you know that great Leeds team that was under Don Reva. Look who was finishing second behind him. Manchester City, Tony Buck's team. Never heard about it. When you go back to the late, great Brian Clough and Don Reva, they talked about that great Manchester City team with Tony Buck and Colin Bell, etc. They talk about how amazing they are. I have ignorant fans who tell me, who's Colin Bell? England international. Nijinsky. It's your ignorance. People don't realise, you know, Sir Matt Busby was and is a Manchester United legend, 100%. Have a look where he played first. Have a look where Don Revie played before he was a manager at Leeds. This
Don
is
Revie
what because people
Don
don't.
Revie was part of one of our greatest cup finals.
You don't
we
look
had to
at
do
the
another player. Yeah.
Dennis Law relegated United.
Yeah.
Mo, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, 100%.
What's the difference between 𝐔𝐬𝐞 𝐂𝐸 investing into to help Man City than James Gibson to United?
In what
You know
year?
who James Gibson is?
No, I don't.
James Gibson is a guy many years ago who spent his own money to stop United from going bankrupt.
Okay, educate people, please.
So what's the difference?
No difference.
Exactly.
Yeah. However, Manchester City were not part of the. In my thing, like me reading about the football and started watching football, Arsenal, Liverpool. I'm gonna give you the names: Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester United, right? Juventus, Inter, AC Milan, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Ajax Amsterdam, Benfica. These were the elite clubs across Europe, right? That's as far as I know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But this is maybe I'm wrong. But when I started watching football, even before my time and my dad as well, these are the clubs around Europe, right? That were maybe not even Roma were there. That is the club. Napoli, because of Maradona, of course, in the late 80s. The argument is these were all the elite of Europe. There was before a Hungarian team, if I'm not mistaken. There was a Hungarian team that was part of that group. And then came the money of Manchester City. And now Manchester City are part of that elite club. That is the argument.
That's look. No,
you get my point here, guys. That is the argument. That is.
Yeah. By the way,
you're being very.
I'm just responding to.
But
Ryan is not wrong. Ryan presented a fact, right?
No, but I'm getting people who don't know facts.
Go ahead.
Liverpool in 1993, 1994 finished 8th in the Premier League under Roy Evans. They won 17. They lost. So they drew 9. They lost 16. And they finished 8th with 60 points. So again, don't tell me I'm a Billy bullshitter, sunshine, when I know my facts.
And go back to what Mo was saying.
Go ahead.
Teams, elite teams change.
Elite, you get exactly.
Yeah, because that's their period. If you ask kids growing up right now, in 10 years' time, who the elite teams was, Man United is not going to be mentioned.
100%. You're 100%. And I have this argument all the time, by the way, with Man United fans.
Yeah, they're not going to be mentioned, regardless of the history.
Right, can I just give you? So when do you think City were bad, Mo?
Bad.
Where do you want to start from?
Like I don't know, but I believe that maybe in the 70s, 80s, 90s, City weren't a major player. They weren't a major
player. So when do you want me to go from 60s or 70s?
City are a major player. In the 2000s, you weren't a major player. It started to be a major player in 2011. So 5 decades or 4 decades, City aren't a major player in European football or local football.
Well, 76, 77, we finished second. 77, 78, we finished 4th.
That's
we finished 8th before that. We'd finished 4th.
I'm being educated.
72. Yeah. Then in the 80s, right, which we did kind of struggle. We were having a bit of an up and down team. In the early 90s, under Peter Reid, we finished 5th. 2 consecutive years on
and then he got the sack.
Because we were all shocked because he got sacked. I love Peter Reid. We finished 5th. 5th, 2 years on the bounce, above Arsenal, by the way. Sorry.
Wow.
Again, people are telling me. So, again, in the mid-90s, down to the early 2000s, we struggled.
And maybe that's why then this generation started watching
football.
Yes,
that's my point. It's this generation.
The young kids, Gen Z.
Because they're all
my generation, your generation, Hamza.
The young kids.
They were born into
when we started watching football. Basically, the 90s.
They believe football started 2000. They believe.
Tony Buck, Mike Summerby, Colin Bell, Mike Doyle. Yeah, I can go on. We were competing with Leeds, Nottingham Forest, of all these Liverpool, all these great teams for their players. But for some weird reason, it's all forgotten about because of our takeover.
Yeah,
you know, because you're very successful. Though. I don't think anybody in England will have this success ever again. It will never happen. Big title that many years, including a 4-peat and a triple in the middle, while numerous Champions League semi-finals and a Champions League finals and numerous cups and dominating like this and being the team that everyone's scared of. That doesn't happen. And the reason why is even at the Alex Furgson time at Man United, Premier League were not like now. It wasn't that
a chance.
It wasn't hard.
Not like now. And also Man City are dominating an era where all the eyes are on social media or on TV. It's more covered now in from every single angle. So it shows the successes out there in the world. You know my point. Like even when by the way, when Man United were winning league titles in the 90s, around the world, no one cared.
No.
Because English football at that time were not a main player in Europe. So no one cared at that time. People started caring about the English football from 99 and 98 when Man United won a treble and the year before.
Exactly.
Yeah, but Mo, but the highest.
I don't care. But the thing about it now, this is why the spotlight is sometimes on Manchester City. Because the success is unmatched. Before, no one have seen this.
No,
but
no
one has seen this.
But hang on. We have no. Sorry, mate. We have no fans yet. We're the most watched team on the planet. Now that's facts. That's Premier League. We are the most watched. Top 5 games, City are the 4 of those 5. That's what I saw anyway in the Times.
That's fact.
Yeah, that is fact. That is global, not bloody well. So
public in America.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, huge in the States, the fastest growing club in the States. That's again.
I know that for a fact because I know it here. Like I see it here in the States. Like I know that the small football schools, the small football academies, that city here, there's a queue, there's a long queue to join. And
we've got academies coming in November, December here in Sydney and Melbourne.
I know the one in New York that Gondolorian works at. There's freaking massive queue for you to go in that
waiting By the way, you can't get a season ticket at City anymore. Sold out. Can't get a season ticket at City. Go and try and get one sold out.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
but with no fans. By the way, in the 70s,
I've been to the stadium. There is some fans. Yeah, there's a lot of fans.
No, season tickets. Mo, in the 70s was our glory time. 69, 70, like I said, we won the League Cup and the Cup Winners' Cup.
Yeah, the problem is this generation never seen it.
No, hang on, I'm not done yet. 75, 76, we also won the League Cup. 73, 74, we were League Cup runners up. Yeah. FA Cup winners in 25, 26, 32, 33, 54, 55, 80, 81, we were runners up. FA Cup winners 03, 04, 90, 33, 34, 55, 56, 68, 69. They're FA Cup wins. We had one. There's this belief we'd never won a title before 2008. European Cup winners 69, 70. We won 2 titles, only 2. We're not saying there's loads, but we had won 2 league titles. 36, 37 and 67, 68. So that late 60s, early 70s to mid 70s, City were one of the dominant 2 or 3 teams in the country. And it was run by Tony Buck, Colin Bell, Mike Summerby, why there is a bronze statue outside our ground with them on. Called the Three Amigos, Franny Lee as well.
Good. First time for me to listen to it.
You want to know something interesting about
do you want to know something?
I've got this many trophies. Arsenal won, what is it, 1 trophy in 20 years?
Yeah, 120
years. After spending a shitload of money as well.
800 million.
You see how that can then add up. So know your facts. Learn football before 1992 and stop being ignorant fuckers. I'm annoyed and I'm pissed off because I'm annoyed at the ignorance from people who know nothing. And 9 times out of 10, the only reason they're fans of their clubs is because when they were winning.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
what we've done is taken away their sense of entitlement.
All we've done is took your game and made it pro.
And made it better. Yeah. I don't expect young fans, right, to know the history of Manchester City. Some 25-year-old Arsenal fan is not going to know what City won in the 60s. I'm fine with that, but at least accept that we're the best team on the planet. We'll talk football now if you want. We'll talk the last 4 years.
Young fans don't know the history of Arsenal or United.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, because young fans of Arsenal haven't seen
right now.
They've been
Exactly
shit.
right now. They've not seen no success.
More.
They don't know about no history of Arsenal or United.
Yeah.
They
Let's
believe
go.
they believe
What Martin just said
Henry is
about our first ever league title in 36-37. Whenever that's brought up in conversation with City fans, and this is how much fun it is being a City fan, because we laugh in the face of adversity all the time. If anybody talks about a 36-37 season, we don't even talk about the league win. We talk about what happened the season after. Because the only team in history to get relegated after being champions, and we scored 100 goals that season too. And we laugh our asses off at that. We think it's hilarious. It's something that we hope no other team in history, in English history, ever happens to them. Because it's something that we're happy to have a laugh about. People don't realize that. It's just like, first of all, rival fans, look at it. Yeah, if you're going to start going off about a history, not only just look at the history of we have had success over the 20th century, but also look at the reason why we become City fans, because we have a laugh at ourselves. We're not afraid to, be self-deprecating in that, and just take it for what it is.
Fans dwell on history because they've got no present.
Sorry, Ryan, sorry. Ryan,
we'll get Ryan to talk.
No, sorry, do you want to know how ignorant it is? You've got someone in the chat going, an Australian supporting City says it all. 3 hours ago on another show, Dan got killed for saying shit like that.
Don't worry about it. If you guys want to know Pat's story, just go an hour before.
I don't mean the racist idiot who's in the chat, because he's been banned from nearly every chat he's been in on YouTube for racism. But the point I'm making is that there's the difference. When Chelsea fans get it, it's wrong and everyone attacks Dan.
I don't believe Chelsea fans
just attack.
I don't believe it's Chelsea fans.
Sorry, Ryan, I had to make that point because it's double standard, and I've had enough of it.
They're crap.
I've had enough of it.
It's certain fan base. It's Liverpool, Arsenal. Those are the two main culprits. Those two. And I'll tell you why. I've said it to you. United fans, I give them credit. They've won it. They dominated English football in 2000. Yeah, they know. They ate good. Arsenal struggle to do back-to-back league titles with Arsene Wenger. They struggle to get European football, Europa League with Thierry Henry, Bergkamp, and all that stuff. They struggle to get a Champions League. Used to get knocked on the quarterfinals. They saw, how can we not win a European Cup when the likes of City are winning, Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest? Then you got Liverpool fans who get bantered to say, you've not won anything much except one Premier League title in 32 years. One Premier League. You call yourself the most successful club in English history, and you're struggling to win one league title that Leicester City won. So you see these two main fan base, Arsenal and Liverpool fans. They're stuck into misery. You know, when you've been oppressed and people have taken everything from you. You had every toy and we took it off you and they say, it's mine. What are you going to do? You're going to blame the guy that's got the toys.
Hamza, I said before, it's not taking the trophies, it's taking the sense of entitlement. It's taking the sense of entitlement.
Yeah, absolutely. Liverpool fans, listen, I'm sorry that your era, you've not had an era that we've watched. I grew up, I'm sorry, I don't know, Martin, I grew up in an era where I have not seen Liverpool dominating in my life. I can say, I can stand there. I've watched United dominate. I've watched City dominate. Liverpool, no a chance. Mediocre club in the 90s, mediocre club in the 2000s. All they had is a Europa League. And then they talk about this Champions League that they got a 3-3 draw, 3-3 with AC Milan. Okay, fair enough. But in English football, Liverpool have struggled. And the two Manchester clubs are responsible for Liverpool's failure. One is United. United held them in the necks. And then we came in and we held them in the necks. So Liverpool was struggling. The manager walked away, Klopp. Klopp had to walk away. I said, I can't take it anymore. Klopp was stressed. So imagine what these families are going through. More. Think about more. Why when you check HUSAM, whenever Man City score, plastic club. I'm thinking the same thing. Every time. Just watch. Go and play with that. I hate this club, plastic club. I'm thinking you hate so much. That's no wonder the manager walked away. He can't do anything. So they have nothing to play.
Mo, Tone, this better be good. I'm not watching the chat, but this better be good.
I'm just cracking up, man. I can't.
We're not on HUSAM for no reason. Let me do this super chat to see what people are saying. Yeah, spend more time speaking about rivals than your own club. Shows how insecure you are. You are small.
Thank you for watching, rival. Thank you for watching.
You lot at rattle. I just have to tell you, my friend, touchline Tails. I just have to tell you, my friend, I actually learned. Martin said facts about the history and stuff, so just learned. But anyway,
Touchline Tales can give us the history of their club for the last 30, 40, 50 years. Probably not. You're on mute, Martin. You have to rewind. Martin, mute. You're on mute.
Sense he's made all day.
Sorry, I'm just proving another dickhead in the chat wrong. Francis Lee, who else did he want? Who else did he want? Did he want? He said name 5 legends pre-1999. I'll do it on my hand. I'll keep it on my hand.
This is not an. I don't want you to answer this question because this is not. Nobody here is on. We aren't here answering to anyone's. Just by the way.
No, I just find it ironic when someone says to me, "Martin, name 5 players before you take over."
I don't know.
Ignore him, Martin.
I got a season ticket to clown.
The man is a major gaslighter. Stop involving your club with the juggernauts. Before 2008, in all of your history, you were in a top 4 only 4 times.
Again, I need to know who did they support.
Yeah. The fake profile.
It's amazing.
Gregory, I think, is a Liverpool fan. Liverpool fan.
Right, you were irrelevant for 20 years.
How could a Liverpool fan start talking about top 4?
It's laughable, isn't it? One Premier League title and they're on the City channel gobbing off. I mean, it's remarkable.
Talking about top 4.
One Premier League title.
A Liverpool fan talking about top 4.
Hey.
I remember Chelsea.
You've won 1 league title in 32 years. Get back in your box. 33 years. 34 years. What is it?
Martin, I remember.
We're never going to talk about the football. I know that for a fact.
Listen, I know Liverpool used to struggle to get top 4. The only reason Liverpool got into Champions League because Champions League was made into a top 4 team. Liverpool was never. They used to be a Europa League team. Us more. They never used to be Champions League. The only way they got to the Champions League, I think they added 4 teams. I remember when the top 2 was Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea. Chelsea at one point before Roman era had to play them in Stamford Bridge, and they bottled it top 4. Liverpool, mediocre club. They were like the level of Derby County, Villa, Parlowanship level, but no, they used to do good. Derby were good, like 7. Michael Owen walked away from Liverpool on a free transfer. Steve McManaman walked away from Liverpool on a free transfer. Why? They knew they can't stay here. Robbie Fowler walked away. They could not win anything. So when I see this Liverpool talking about being a top club, whatever it is, please, man, look at yourselves first and look at your history.
All right. Red Indian is saying 2 Champions Leagues in the past 2 decades, double than what you have in 100 years. Club's farewell was watched more than your title-winning game. City is a joke club.
1 Premier League title, 1 Premier League title, 1.6 billion spent, 1 Premier League title.
That's your answer.
That's
your answer.
1 Premier League title in 3 decades.
And City's success was responsible for Klopp leaving. So
yeah,
you were as big as
another
Spurs.
Manager. Another manager. Pep's finished.
Go ahead.
Mourinho done. Fergie, he left before he shit. Sorry, he left because he shit himself because Pep was on the way. Klopp, he's bloody well choked.
No, that was Darren Fletcher. He's only shit
because
himself.
Pep finished him.
Klopp
They're all
choked
bloody
his
finished.
Klopp choked.
Arteta will be next.
You were as big as Spurs pre-takeover, so not big. Maybe. Yeah, you can say that. Like, but that doesn't prove anything, SE.
What's big? Hang on, Mo. You said an hour ago that success, you said something about, I'm paraphrasing, success is like winning at the moment. So we're the biggest club on the planet then for the last decade plus, without any shadow of a doubt.
I think the most successful clubs, I would say, on the is Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and Manchester City. Let me just put it this way.
So what's big?
Bayern Munich won 2 trebles. Barcelona as well. Barcelona won 2 Champions League and about numerous leagues. So maybe in the last, Real Madrid won 3 Champions Leagues back to back, and then they won 6. So yeah, I would say in England, nobody's matching Man City in the last 10 years. Not even close.
Who's the biggest club in England, Mo, right now? In your
The
opinion,
what?
who is the biggest club?
Well,
in
define. The
England?
most successful is
Well,
still
that's
Liverpool.
what I'm saying. Yeah,
The most successful is Liverpool, then second Man United, third
not
in
in the
my
last
opinion.
decade.
Not in the last decade, there's nobody comes close to Manchester City. And in the last 20
I
years,
mean,
it's
last
Chelsea.
decade, Liverpool's not even a part of the conversation.
Yeah, correct. Or
Dude,
Arsenal.
In the past,
well, what?
yeah,
Yeah.
Arsenal's
No,
nowhere near
Arsenal
it.
orange.
By the way, there's another one. There's another one. City are a big club. You're just a little club who's one trophy nobody cares about. You're in a Manchester City stream.
Yeah, welcome. Hello.
They are in Footy Judge Ball Street.
Cheers, dickhead.
How are you handling this, Mo?
Have another one.
Maxed out. I don't understand what do you mean. Manchester fans like talk about same as when I'm gonna say this first. I know you super chatted again. Do you know when we sit with Arsenal streams and Arsenal fans and Arsenal say we're the biggest, we're as big because people always talk about us and you guys talk about us?
Do they?
Here is a stream. I'm doing a stream now where I don't have any Arsenal fans here, no Man United fans, nobody. Alhamdulillah, we have over 400 people regularly here on the stream, right? You guys are in the chat. Majority of you are rattled in the chat for some reason.
Yeah,
I'm
you hate
neutral.
today,
I'm
but
just
we're
sitting.
not-
I'm here enjoying the conversation. To be honest, me and Martin spoke about this actually a while ago about organizing a city stream on the channel, and then finally we made it happen in the international break. It's fine. I know that a lot of people are rattled in the chat. And I tell you what, I'll tell you the honest truth first. I'm gonna tell you that for us. I'm gonna tell you the honest truth. When people say that City are irrelevant, it's actually not true because they are winning. You can say Newcastle, even with the money they have now, are irrelevant, which is there's no disrespect and no offense. But you cannot tell me that the team that is battling your team and you want their manager to go for your manager to have a chance of winning the league. And a lot of Chelsea fans today, David today on the show earlier said, hopefully within 2-3 years, Maresca will be in his whatever third year and Pep would leave, so we have a chance of winning the league. The fact that you sit on shows and say that, the fact that a lot of Arsenal fans say that we want Pep to go for us to win the league, which is Pep now is the manager of which club? Of Manchester City, right? Everyone wants Haaland to go to Barcelona or Real Madrid. Why? Because you don't want the best striker in the world to be playing in the Premier League in a team that you deem irrelevant, right? So it doesn't add up what people say that City, you want City to fail so you can succeed. That is the definition of being a relevant football club, right? These are the facts. You can say their fan base are small. They aren't as compared to Man United and Liverpool. That's the fact. You can say they didn't win a lot of league titles before the oil money. That's a fact. But the facts are today, when Man City win a game, you go in your room and you cry and you are upset because you want to win the league. Right. That is the fact, right?
You know how big
and I'm not here back in Man City. I'm telling you how I think people feel. If Man City play Liverpool away from home and get a point, you will be upset. Why? Because you want Man City to lose. Because you as an Arsenal fan want to win the league. And you know that your biggest challenge now is beating Manchester City, the irrelevant Manchester City. Tell me I'm not speaking facts. Anyone in the chat,
by the way, you've already proven that Arsenal, United, and other teams are slightly a bit naughty with some of the emails they sent over to the Premier League. A little bit naughty.
Let me address one. Typical Mo Glazing City. Martin.
He's another one who hates money.
Martin, you know that I was muted. You know, Martin, that I sit on stream. I really don't want Man City to win the title, and I would like anyone else other than Man United to win the title. I have a reason for it, and I love the Premier League. I watch the Premier League, and domination ruins the league for me. Man City have won 4 in a row. If this was Arsenal winning 4 in a row, I would want any other team than Arsenal for the better competition, for more. You get my point? As a neutral, you would want this team to win it once. You would want this team to win it once. You would want this team to win it because If Man City win it, I don't want to sit here in January, to be honest, Tony, and talking about the league where Man City already are 10 points ahead. That's for me as it's boring. For you, it's great. And if it was my team, I would want the same. I would want my team to run away with the league. But as someone who watches from outside, of course I don't want Man City
I've got
to
a
win the league.
question. What happens if City win the 115 case, which I think they will? What's the excuse then?
Apologies.
Oh, well,
No, Hamza.
it's the envelope.
Hamza,
By
get
the way,
your
can I
envelope.
say something?
Can I
Can I say something? Can I
No.
say something? I didn't bring the cases
No.
into the
I'm asking-
stream.
I'm
It was
asking
Martin.
you a
It's
question.
not me, Tony. You can never say I brought the cases again. It is Martin who brought it up.
Martin,
It's
the
not
Premier
me.
League's already over
is
because
not
we're trying
me.
to dictate on it.
Go
See,
ahead.
this is
Go
what I
ahead.
mean.
Speak on it. Go ahead.
No,
Whatever you want.
what is it? Because listen, the Premier League has already been shown to be very, very shady and breaking legal rules. It's already been proven. The emails are out there in black and white from all the chief execs saying that this Gulf money is bad and we need to stop it at source, etc. Yeah, you've all seen the money, you've all seen the emails in black and white in the 175-page article. So
but the brown envelope
what happens then?
Started. Yeah.
Do you guys really
Brown-
believe that, though? Do you guys actually believe that?
Yeah.
Do you guys believe that all these cases and all the PSR and the FFP and all this stuff, especially in the Premier League, not UEFA, was actually led by Liverpool, Man United?
I know it was. We've seen the letter.
Like, you guys genuinely believe
Yeah, have you not
this
seen the
is
letter?
led by them?
No, in the same way that the
No,
UEFA, in the same way that the
no.
UEFA and the CAS case was pushed forward by the board of UEFA, which is all full of card-carrying Juventus board members, United board members, PSG board members. It was all forced through by them. In the same way the Premier League has been forced through by the quote-unquote red cartel.
Have you not seen the letter that it was signed off? Ryan, someone's got it. I know someone's got it somewhere. There was a letter signed off by Liverpool, United, Tottenham, Arsenal, and it was from 2012, I believe. It was posted in the Daily Mail. And it was
I think
people
it's on one of my
got
old videos.
It has an Arsenal letterhead on it. Yeah.
Posted because someone
I
leaked
think
it.
it's on one of my old videos.
And it is actually saying we are very concerned about the sudden influx of money from a certain area of the world.
Yeah, I saw
We
that
need
one. I
to
saw that
stop
part.
this.
I saw that part.
That's where it's come from, man.
I saw that
Well,
part.
no, when did
But I
FFP
I don't think it's about City. That was
when
about
did FFP come in?
the panic from Newcastle money.
No, because Newcastle.
No, that was recent. That was recent.
Yeah, that's the recent one. I'm talking about the recent one.
What you're talking about more is recent, but
Not the recent one.
years ago.
That's more for
ago.
APT because APT came in at the end of 2021
that's what I
when
read.
Newcastle was
Yeah,
bought by
financial
UEFA.
fair play.
And actually said golf.
Yeah, but financial fair play came in one City, but
115
was
is
taken
Yeah, I know.
over.
It was 2009. Implemented in
12.
11.
Came in 2011.
And in the Premier League,
Yeah,
2013.
And it implemented in 11 or something, 11 or 12, something like that.
And in the Premier
The
League,
letter is there in black
2013.
and white. The letter's there. I don't know anyone can even deny it.
Can I
It came out.
just quickly say, because Keltster's messaged me, and I think she's in the chat as well. He said, "Shout out to Kroenke, who owns 1,000 oil wells in Texas." So, just
Oil, Kroenke, oil.
oil FC.
Actually, the thing about this oil
Oil money. Oil money.
I don't know why people are
oil
so.
money.
I know.
Fill up your
I know why
car so we
people are
can buy
rattled about
caca.
oil money, because in the Gulf, the money is related to families. It's inherited. But I would say, as long as there are rules about spending and all this stuff, and it's fair, who cares? To be honest, where the money's coming from.
What's fair though? What's fair in spending? Because United will always be able to spend.
You
more
want
than
my
Bournemouth.
opinion? You want my opinion?
Yeah,
It's
so
wage
what's
cap.
fair?
I always have said wage cap. Always, it's a wage cap. So everyone. It's your choice at the football club to spend 80% of your wage cap on one player and spend the rest on the rest of the team, or you divide it. Of course, it's not that simple. I know it's very complicated to implement, but the UEFA guy said that if this to be implemented, it needs to be implemented across all Europe. So everyone that plays in the Champions League, every single federation needs to absolutely follow the same exact wage cap, and it has to depend on your spendings. Every league gets points. So the Premier League is not the same wage cap as Italy, is not the same wage cap as Spain, but also it depending on the expenditure of the league and stuff like this. Otherwise, it won't be. If it was opened up, and just to be honest, I'm Arab, right? And I lived in Saudi Arabia, and I know the Arab region. If it's opened up, Newcastle will take over everything. The reason why the Saudis have way more money than everyone else, right? It's just God gave them money, right? Like it is that area has a lot of natural resources, right? So Saudi is 100 times, 10 times richer than Emirates. If it opened up without any rules and regulations, Newcastle will destroy the market, and it's logical. They will just nobody will be able to compete.
I'm not saying anything.
But no one could compete with United many years ago.
No one, yeah, absolutely.
So it's always that's always happened.
But I don't think you understand the difference.
No, there's a difference because
there is a massive difference between someone that has unlimited, then someone has that much money, and
but to a lower club, United have unlimited resources.
Yeah.
Compared to a lower club, United have unlimited resources.
What? Newcastle will ruin that. You want that? You want Newcastle? You want you?
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying. Yeah, you're saying Newcastle's got unlimited funds, but to other clubs, so was Man United.
Yeah,
some clubs could never spend what Man United spent.
Unlimited. It's not unlimited. Okay, it's not.
Towards other clubs, it is.
Newcastle have like way more money than anyone else around in the world. No one can compete with them.
Yeah, but Mo,
I know that.
We have this
to other clubs, United, like a Bournemouth could never go and outspend United. Never in a million years. They go and outspend United.
Mo, just have a look at your WhatsApp.
I did. Did you want to read that one out?
Put it on screen. I dare you to get it on screen. That came from Martin Samuel in the Daily Mail.
God.
Read it out. Read it.
Is it confirmed though? I'm not. Is it confirmed?
Martin Samuel would not have been allowed to post that.
I'm gonna put it on the screen just in a bit. I'm just gonna download it and put it on the screen. I just want to go back. I'm gonna have to read it. I need to go back to this Newcastle Man City.
The truth's about to come out.
Yeah.
Right. The reality is, Ryan, is that I just want you to imagine if there is a player somehow, somewhere that is worth 50 or 100 million, and because of PSR and because of anything, nobody can spend that much money apart from that club, right? Imagine if Newcastle, everything is opened up. Newcastle can sponsor themselves, right? Or they can overspend amount of money that will inflate the market significantly that nobody will be able to compete. And when I'm talking significant, I'm talking double, triple, 3 times the money.
No one said they don't want rules. No,
yes.
Sorry.
Okay. That's. I think actually that is, you hit the nail on the head. People need to be educated about this APT case. That Man City and Newcastle, they don't want to not have any rules.
Correct.
They just want the rules, and I explained that many times. They want the rules to be lawful and legal. They want people to have fair market value and everything, but legally, right? And anyway, UEFA themselves, they impose a strict rules about this. UEFA themselves, they do. Like nobody's going to be able. But the fact that some people just want the spending to be opened up, I think it's wrong. It will ruin football. It will crush clubs and it will crush leagues. That is my take on it.
That's only since statements or came into play. No one cared. No one cared about it when it wasn't oil money. No one cared. Real Madrid could spend what they wanted years ago.
And imagine, let's say, for example,
Real Madrid, Barcelona, Man United, they could all Inter Milan when they bought Ronaldo 9, they could spend what they want years ago. It's only because it's only because the region it's coming from right now, there's a problem.
More Lazio went on a crazy Mendieta, Crespo, Verón. Do you remember? They bought like Galacticos.
They won the cup winners from Valencia. They won the cup winners cup,
and there was never a problem with it. There was never a problem.
Exactly.
No, that's it.
And that's when I look at
people. Yeah, but I don't think you guys know.
Look at all the money Berlusconi put into Milan during the 90s and 2000s.
Yep, facts.
The only reason Blackburn Blackburn could get up there to compete to win the league the season they did is because they invested a hell of a lot of money.
Jack Walker.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's the only reason.
Millions into that club.
Leeds United went on a spending spree.
And if you ask Blackburn fans today, even though they've been sitting in the championship for years and years now, they'll tell you that nothing will take away 94, 95 to them. That season.
Me, I'm against this because you know why? You'll only allow United, Liverpool, and Arsenal always to dominate. And clubs like Crystal Palace, Bournemouth, and Everton will be told, sit on the floor, just participate in this league. That's your job. You'll never ever win the Premier League. Never.
Yeah. My thing with Newcastle, right, mate, I was on your channel a couple of weeks ago and said the same thing, got a bit of shit, not from you, from people in the chat. Look, no one is saying there should be rules. Man City are not saying there should not be rules. They're saying there should be fair. And as proven, some of them are unlawful, so they will be scrapped. Newcastle United, right, got into the Champions League and could not invest the money they wanted to consistently stay in the top four. Aston Villa are in the top four, had to sell Douglas Luiz to make ends meet. Manchester United finished 8th. They spent 200 million on shit, but they still spent 200 million quid. No one bats an eyelid. They finished 8th, 200 mil. Oh, who cares? If Villa finished 3rd, spend 200 million, what the fuck? What's going on here? How can they do that? It's completely false. It's the same old entitled bullshit. Yeah. And it will be the same again next summer. United will probably finish 10th or somewhere around there. They'll go and spend another 250. Oh, well, that's no problem.
We haven't even spoke about Chelsea spending recently.
Chelsea, £1 billion in a year.
You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine that was City. Imagine that was City or Newcastle. It would have been going. People would have been going nuts.
You're on mute, Martin.
Yeah. I think
he's still on mute. He's still going.
Still on mute. You're halfway.
You're on mute.
You're still on mute.
Mute. Sorry. No, I was asking.
You have to start again. Yeah. Please don't.
Start again. It's like carry on streaming this. I need to read the super chats, guys. Hit that like button, people. Come on, let's get to 300. Just before you do that, can I ask Liverpool fans a very quick question? It's better banter. Are you gonna? Do you like a Reuben sandwich? Do you like a Reuben sandwich? Because City fans love a Reuben. We love a Reuben. Do you like a Reuben? We love a Reuben because we all know why he turned you down. We all know why you got the. Let me do the super chat. The super chat before I do the rest. This is exactly what it is. Spartacus is saying. People tend to forget that even if there was no APT in the Prem, clubs would still need to follow the UEFA version of APT. Martin, you're mute. But yeah, that is what people. And the problem with this is that, and this is even myself, I wasn't educated about this. No one in the media told us this when the case first brought to the light, so we didn't know. Because it was targeted at that time about the Premier League and the Champions League, about the Premier League versus City, and it was portrayed with that. A very simple sentence or a paragraph you could have said that. By the way, City don't want to scrape the rules; they still want a fair market value, but legally, and then people have changed their opinion. Yeah, we weren't going to sponsor the corner flag at 800 million a piece. That was never happening.
Well, why not?
Well, couple of super chats I need to do.
City want a financial regulator. City want an independent regulator. Other clubs don't.
We're the only one in the Premier League that wanted
why. Yeah, wonder why.
Because of Richard Masters, the little puppet in there.
Yeah, he won't be much longer.
Mo, didn't Hamza say Liverpool is England's biggest club? Hamza believes Liverpool.
No. 1 second. You know what, Mo? And I'm allowed to say,
Bro, you're clipped like 50 times. Stop hype, bro.
1 second. Bro, but I'm allowed to say as well, bro, in the last 30 years, Leicester and Blackburn Rovers have won a Premier League in a full stadium, which Liverpool couldn't.
but Hamza, I'm going to be honest. This is what makes me laugh with rivals. I'm a City fan. United, Liverpool are bigger than us. I'm not stupid. I'm not going to say they're not, but that's never the question. City are more successful right now. Yeah, in the last 20 years, we've been more successful.
Me, I don't care. Yeah,
and that's what football should be based on right now, which is why I don't understand like when they had these comparisons of like quality teams from 30 years ago compared to what it is today. Like they try to compare United's 99 treble to our 23 season treble. Both are fantastic, but trying to compare both, is like comparing. It's like trying to compare, like vinyl to MP3 or something like that. It's completely different. Like you just can't compare them because it was a different time, different lifestyle. The way they played football was completely different. Fitness levels, everything like that is completely different. I think we just need to acknowledge what is happening in the present until something else changes, until the pattern of football changes, or the landscape of football changes. Who knows? In 5 or 10 years' time, another club could come in with investment from somewhere else because they've struck bloody oil off the coast of, I don't know, Timbuktu. Who knows? We don't know. We have to accept things for what they are now. And most City fans are enjoying what we're doing right now because in 5, 10 years' time, it could be somebody else. We don't know.
Wasn't Liverpool fans twerking for guitar money, Pat? Or did I miss that?
United.
No.
Everyone. Someone's
Liverpool fans. Liverpool fans
cried when they didn't get Qatari. Husam was the biggest hypocrite. Husam cried. Husam cried on the space about why they didn't get Qatari for 3 hours.
Sorry, Hamza. Every single Arsenal, Liverpool, United fan, no matter what they tell you, they want Sheikh Mansour. Make no mistake, they all want a piece of it. Every single one wants it. And that's a part of this why they're so bitter about it, because they haven't got it. It's just that is a fact.
United will play for 1 year.
Hamza, let me finish this super chat. Says the guys who claims he's Brazilian. I need to finish them. I need to respect the people that spent up. I'm sorry. Says the guy who claims he's Brazilian. Hamza claims he's Brazilian, by the way, for the people that don't know.
I was born in Brazil, man.
100%, we know. Rio de Janeiro. We know that for sure. Habibullah. Also, Hamza, aka Roberts, ex-Arsenal fan. I've heard this, look, a lot of times. Look, I've heard this. Ex-Arsenal. Disregarding history of my club when you have none. Nobody disregarded Liverpool.
Tell him to press rewind.
He has Allison.
Oh, okay.
Tell him to press rewind. Go back on the stream. You'll find out.
No, nobody disregarded Liverpool history. With your logic, in 30 years' time, if you're not successful, then we will disregard this successful decade you have. Ryan, that's a question for you.
No, I'm saying, like, from years and years ago, these people talk about history. You never was a part of. Like, it's meaningless. It's just words. People talk about history because the clubs are doing nothing in the present. That's facts.
Spot on. Yeah.
That's the only reason. Like, you see the treble season, the 4 in a row. You can ask me where I was at the day Gundogan scored the 2 late goals. I was there with my son. I was at the Etihad Stadium with my son. You can ask me where I was at the Champions League. I was with all my City friends and we were celebrating the Champions League. Like, in 30, 50, 100 years from now, we're living what people will be talking about. We're living through that. But these fans that talk about history, they've never lived through Liverpool's history many years ago. These fans, but they talk about history because the club don't do nothing in the present. That's facts.
Because they're shite. Yeah,
something to hold on
exactly.
to. Yeah.
Gregory, here's your answer. Mo, bye. Thought this was a Mo stream. Enjoy. Thank you, Red Indian, for the support. Appreciate you. You are a big club. You are a big club, and you are a big club and the most successful in England in the last decade. But please have a sense of shame saying you're bigger than Liverpool. I don't think anyone said that.
Nobody said that.
Nope.
Yes, hang on. Nobody's using the rings.
But what are we saying by bigger? No one's answering. Everyone's going, I'm bigger, we're bigger. It's no one gives a flying shite for starters. We're the best. That's all that actually matters. Man City are the best team. That is a fact. You can't argue that. But hang on, the big club thing's a load of bollocks. We have the most worldwide views, right, of games. It's all over the bloody place. So are we saying people who watch the games? Well, that's City as well. People who win trophies? Well, that's City as well. Who's got the best manager? Well, that's City as well. So I don't know what this big
the biggest revenue, I think, last year. It's second this year behind Real Madrid, but yeah.
Okay. Fine, we'll take that. It's biggest in England. We're happy with that.
All right. Ponzi, you heard it. For us, none dominated Europe and locally like Paisley Mo. That's true. Like Liverpool dominated locally, but wait, if City win another Champions League. Wouldn't that account exactly the same? Dominating locally
and true.
Yeah,
but again, a different time. And
Yeah,
don't forget during that time too, Liverpool were being funded by the Moors.
That's why I say always Liverpool are
forget that
bigger than
either.
Man United.
I
say
Faraz
Liverpool are
doesn't even
bigger
know
than
that.
Man United.
Again,
Liverpool are bigger than Man United, not only because of the 6 Champions League. Is that there is a decade or a part of a decade where Liverpool were so dominant continentally and locally, and that not a lot of teams did that.
More, just quickly, Martin will hate me for this.
AC Milan did, right?
Martin, it can be justified about this. If you talk about South American fans, whatever it is, they say we don't consider that because amongst the greatest South American players never played in Europe at that time. So Europe players like Pele, Carlos Alberto, those guys were dominating like world football. They were the best team in world football. Flamengo came and beat Liverpool, the Champions League.
You were there,
so,
Hamza.
you know, we're in the era where football is international.
You were there, mate. Yeah.
You're selecting.
Talk about it.
I'm sorry.
Tell me where Pele did it in Europe.
Huh?
He didn't.
Tell me where Pele did it in Europe.
Pele wasn't playing Europe. That's what I'm saying.
Well, there you go then.
That's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying Liverpool won an era when football, a lot of these
great
South
No.
You can't not. Pele had World Cups.
Hold on. That is the wrong.
Pele won a lot of World Cups.
Pele's legacy will always be the 3 World
I
Cups.
disagree with
that.
I disagree with that approach. Like Liverpool won in that era. That era was that era with its things.
Yeah.
Like you can't just disregard them because you think this era is better. I believe football in the 90s. I believe football in the 2000s were better than before Pep. I believe Pep ruined football, for example. Right? I believe so.
No.
Right?
Well,
you know what I'm talking about.
Football.
But
I'll
no, but
Pep
that's
ruin
different.
football.
Ryan, for different stream. I promise you, it's a different stream.
I'll get into that.
If we get into this, it's different. I've had rants about Pep ruining. Doesn't like listen. He's arguably the best or one of the best managers in the history. He changed football.
He's the best
for the worst. Anyway, we can agree to disagree on this. Winter Surfer is saying, "Big up fellow blue cartel bowlers. Big up Winter Surfer. Of course, a Chelsea fan. Always back the blue.
Big up Andrew.
Big up Andrew. I want City to win the 115 means I've lost fairly. He's an Arsenal fan.
Someone in the chat said we've been found guilty. He's got a time machine. He's gone forward in life. He knows the outcome.
Is this the number to use?
Is that correct from Enfield Agenda? Because he said he's seen the emails. So judge, jury, and executioner. Yeah.
Everyone's signing NBL.
People need to. We did that one as well. And key factor about Arab owners is ambition, not money alone. I always said that. You know.
Well done, Omar.
When I was arguing with people and people said, Mo, why are you against American owners and Arab owners? I'm going to tell you why. And it's a very simple fact. American owners are regulated and they are under the internal audits. It's not their money, actually. They have a lot of regulations around them to invest the money. Arabs would take the loss to win because they just want to win. It's so different. American owners, at the end, the books have to be balanced. Otherwise, it's not a successful business. It's as simple as that. For the letter, I'm not sure if people can see it. It is too small, actually.
Don't mean to read it. I can read it for you.
I can read it. It's fine. The owner, controlling shareholders and chief executives of, I'm reading, guys, and chief executives of Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester United, and Tottenham Hotspur Football Club continue to believe that the best way of achieving this will be a strict adoption of the UEFA financial fair play rules. We already seen 7 clubs each season who are competing in Europe under these rules, and by proposing some amendments to these FFP measures and make concessions to the future new owners. And I don't think that is bad at all. I don't know what is bad about this letter.
Clubs will agree to break over a rolling 3. The point I was making was the FFP came in from, you know, when everyone goes, why the red cartel?
Yeah.
That's why.
Because they work together, you mean?
Yeah, because they worked together to stop us. That wasn't Newcastle. Newcastle was 10 years down the road at that point. It was to stop us.
the first super chat actually about the football from Ed. Big up Ed, of course. Does Amorim fit City, Inzaghi, or Nagelsmann better? Finally, a question about the
not
football.
better than Pep. No one fits City better than Pep.
Yeah, but what about if Pep leaves? We're not gonna leave Pep forever.
Pep is going to leave. I think Pep will sign one more year, and then
he's gonna do
we already know he's coming. Because by the way, we're off down to Division 2, but Hugo Viana and I do love a Ruben Sandwich are coming in to play Bromley FC. Ireland's about to sign a new extension, so he must want to play in League 16. You don't know what he's doing.
It's hard to be on 500 grand a week when you're playing Barnet. Yeah.
Okay, the reports that Haaland wants to leave, wants to put £100 million release clause in his contract with City.
He's getting
okay. I'm not bringing this out of my ass. That's what I read on the internet.
Yeah, but you read it from a Spanish source.
Yes,
yeah,
mostly Spanish sources.
Yeah, what a surprise! What a bloody surprise!
What is it? 200 million. We think so. Is it about
so you think he's gonna? You don't think he's gonna put a $100 million release clause in his contract at all?
No, not 100 mil, not a chance.
I don't think City would accept an 100 million release clause.
You know that's stupid.
Mo, I'll tell you what the deal is. It'll be a 3-year extension with a decrease in release clause every year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he's not the only one.
Like 200 million,
Erling Haaland is gonna
175,
stay in the
150.
Premier League. If Pep leaves, you think Erling Haaland is staying in the Premier League?
Yeah.
With Man City?
Why not?
Oh, yeah. You'll hear about Haaland very, very,
it's agreed.
Very soon.
Yeah, I know that there's
next
contracts
international break.
They're baking a
We
contract.
love doing a lot of releases in the November.
Mo, I need to
break.
explain this in a better way. Maybe I'm being thick. They already know when Pep's going, I believe. They've already spoken to the next guy coming in, apparently. Why do you think Hugo Viana's coming in?
Yeah.
Pep only signs a year. Who's out of contract in 2026, Mo?
Is he going to get Amorim?
Ruben Amorim. Contract expires 2026. Yeah. Pep's contract expires 2026. Hugo Viana goes in for a nice 12-month scouting report. Bit of get your feet under the table, enjoy yourself.
Yep.
And in comes his mate.
You think Ruben Amorim can lead the team like Pep Guardiola?
He's a good manager.
No one in the history of football can lead the team like Pep Guardiola.
Pep Guardiola. We know we're not going to.
No one.
You're not going to win 4 in a row. That's
100%.
And the club's been playing this. This isn't something that's just happened in 6 months. This has been probably in the works for about 2-3 years.
There's going to be a drop off in City. We haven't got Pep. Like, he's the greatest manager the world has ever seen.
Mm-hmm. Nobody's close to Pep. Pep's the greatest manager in football.
Correct.
Greatest ever football manager. Name me a greater football manager than that. More.
The most influential manager that's
don't
ever
think that.
Because
I'll
more,
don't start.
That's what I'm just saying. You see. Listen, Ruben Amorim is a good manager.
Pep is amazing. It's arguably the most influential.
Are you going to say Inzaghi's better than Pep?
100%.
No.
Oh, I thought you were. I thought he was. I thought he was trolling.
No way.
But will Ruben Amorim get us a better?
I don't know enough about Ruben Amorim. I just think
he's a good coach.
City might get a more experienced manager, but I don't know who in the world. Even Inzaghi from Inter is way more experienced than Amorim. He has years and years.
But it's a style of play. It's a style of play.
The style of play, that is the problem.
The style of play is different to what
it's different than Ruben Amorim. I don't know. But the thing about it is that I actually think no matter whoever comes to City, the Premier League is not like back in the days. There are no dinosaurs in terms of managers in the Premier League. What I mean, Arteta's beatable, Slot is beatable, Maresca's beatable. You know what I mean? It's not, you aren't coming to a Premier League with
Conte,
Ferguson.
Mourinho.
Yeah, you aren't coming with Mourinho, Ferguson. You aren't coming with these names.
Ancelotti.
With all due respect to even Arteta or Slot or anything, these aren't big guys. You aren't coming to like massive names in the Premier League. Maybe Ruben Amorim can compete with Arteta and Slot because I believe these two are the ones that are gonna be competing.
Unless knock out Arteta at the Europa League
in the Sporting Lisbon 2 years ago. Yes,
yeah, he was good. I played him.
The only problem with this is that will City players stay in the club? I actually wanted to bring in a completely different argument, but there's no time, right, in the show about can actually Foden be the next superstar for City? Is he that guy for City? But that's for a different story. To be honest, can he be the Kevin?
Well, he's
De Bruyne?
already on path. That's for sure. He's definitely on path. Foden.
100%.
He's the best player in the Premier League last season.
Who would you get after Pep?
Xabi Alonso.
Yeah, I agree with Hamza here.
I got that question on that. What's
And I'm going to say something. If Vincent Company wins the Bundesliga, if Vincent Company wins the Bundesliga,
Wow.
So you're telling me he's as good as Alonso then?
no, he's not. He's not. But hear me
See
out.
what I mean? We've got to be careful.
Hear me
with
out
them
then.
stuff.
There is a lot of questions about what's his name, Vincent Company, and the reason why we watched him against Villa, he was literally clueless against Villa in the Champions League. Literally, he had one style of play and he couldn't adapt within the game. A lot of people are saying he has one style of play. Pep absolutely adapted. Pep actually evolved during his time at City. We see City now not press as high. We see City defend with 11 players. We see City give the opposition the ball. He's evolving. Vincent Kompany hasn't learned all of this. The new upcoming manager for Manchester City need to be someone with authority and someone that has a name. I don't believe Ruben Amorim in the world of football has a big name. That's my belief, right? Ruben Amorim as a football coach, you do. I believe you.
No, we don't. Who was manager before Pep?
Pellegrini.
Who was manager before Pellegrini?
Mancini, big name.
None of those, right? Fair enough.
Mancini is a very big name in world football.
They're big names, but there wasn't a line out the door for Mancini at the time, and you know that.
Mancini was a good name.
No, because you're an Inter fan, you're gonna have the same love for him as we do. I know what you're saying.
I don't care about Mancini. He failed.
Okay, well, all right then. So you don't love him, but you know what I mean. There wasn't a line out the door for Mancini and Pellegrini. There wasn't. No one had heard of Pellegrini.
Wasn't a. Yeah, I was going to say Pellegrini wasn't a.
No one had heard of Pellegrini.
Pellegrini wasn't. I actually think that Pellegrini's time at Man City was all right.
It was terrible.
Did he win the league only because
he won
it with Mancini's squad? He won it with Mancini's team.
Oh, Ryan, no.
Come on, he was terrible. We were struggling for top four. I think we was, yeah, no, he bought a couple of. He got a couple of.
Come on.
Jesus Navas was. He couldn't never break his first.
Hold on,
Ryan. Mancini had half the team walking out at the end because it all had enough of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Pellegrini had Yaya Toure eating pizzas after game at the end. Did you see the way Yaya Toure did?
Let me explain. Mancini was a big name. There wasn't, what I mean is there wasn't a list. What we've got to be careful of as managers, you've just done it.
Didn't he only win it because Gerrard slipped?
No, but you've just said like Hamza's gone Alonso. Why? Because he had one good season.
He's but that's how he's waiting this season.
He's fifth currently.
To see how he does in the Champions League and the Bundesliga.
Well, he's fifth currently. In the Bundesliga, he's fifth.
If you took away 90th minute goals away from Leverkusen, they'd be relegated.
I want to see managers over a period of time.
But you know what? You know, Pellegrini signed us players like Wilfred Bony. He signed us like Negredo.
He picked Wilfred Bony over
Mangala.
I'll never forget it.
Make it be.
He got rid of Dzeko.
Didn't he just manage four seasons? Won only one league title in that Liverpool bottle.
Pellegrini. In all fairness, though, you said we want, but Pellegrini took Madrid
3 years or 4 years.
I remember
three seasons. 13, 14, 14, 15, 15, 16.
He got us to a semi-final in the Champions League.
He won't. Whether you're not going to like this, but he won more than Mancini in a season.
But Mancini is the one who started this cycle. You cannot just discredit Mancini. Like Mancini started this cycle of City winning the Premier League.
I've never denied that, but it annoys me how people they do dismiss Pellegrini a lot, and I find it a bit disrespectful.
Anyway, but the manager thing for City,
we didn't just win the league because
maybe in Pellegrini's end, we was battling for top four.
No, we were, but at least we played decent football. We played absolute crap football.
The fans walked out of the stadium on him. The fans walked out.
The players were walking out on Mancini.
Mancini, have some respect. Mancini give you the best memory of your life. Mancini give you the best memory of your life with the Aguero moment.
No, he didn't.
The Aguero moment.
Aguero did.
No, he didn't. Best moment of their lives. Never said it with mine.
Would you guys? Let me ask you. honestly, would you guys take
Best
Arteta?
moment of my life
manager?
was either 99 or the 2011. Mancini kind of
Really?
on the FA Cup semi, but also the 99. And Blackburn.
So the playoff was bigger than
Oh
City
yeah,
in the league.
Blackburn.
No, because
Can I let me answer
Hamza,
super
the problem
chat.
is with that, you got to
Hybrid-
realise.
Let me answer that. Hybrid Ultra.
I know.
The source
I
of
know.
this letter is the Daily Mail and Sky Sports. So they published this letter.
And they wouldn't have been allowed to publish it without verification.
Like it's actually, I went and I read. That's why it took me a bit to actually show it. I went and I read the article. It's actually a legit article. So it's a legit letter, people. It's just. Would you all
They
take
don't care
Arteta?
about little old City. They don't care about little old City because there's no red cartel. That's two
Take
letters
Arteta
now.
for-
Take
I'd like take
Arteta
Arteta
after
for
Pep?
what? That's just like when Solskjaer comes second. Would we take Solskjaer?
You don't
Like,
believe Arteta's a
he's
good
come-
manager?
No, I didn't say that, but he's only come second, and
Yeah, he
like,
hasn't
and
won
he's won
anything.
nothing else apart from it.
What was he
He's
on?
another one.
So you here believe if Amarim was with this Arsenal team in the Premier League going against Pep, he would be doing better than Arteta.
Mo, he hasn't won a
can't
cup.
say that.
You
That's
have
just-
to put context into
You can't say
Arteta,
that.
Ryan. You have to put context into Arteta. You can't just
Yeah,
say
he's
he
come
comes second.
He spent
Yeah,
a
but
hell of a
would
lot
he-
of money.
I asked you a
A
question.
hell of a lot of money.
I asked you a question.
And
If
that's
Ruben
my answer.
Amarim, if Ruben
He's
Amarim
achieved the
was
same
there,
as Solskjaer. He achieved the
If
same as
Ruben Amarim-
Solskjaer.
I think
He achieved the
Amarim.
same.
Sorry, Brian. You go ahead.
Hey, if we
Ryan.
get Amarin, then we get Amarin. That's our guy. But Arteta, come on, man, he's only come second. Like
you believe
regardless,
Amarim is better than Mikel Arteta.
Yeah,
I
he's beating
think
him in
Amarim
Europa League. He
should have
knocked him
won.
out of the weaker squad.
I didn't say that. But as
You're-
Amarin
Hamza, you're
spent nearly
trolling.
$1 billion.
You're trolling.
No, but he did.
As Amarin spent nearly $1 billion.
Nope.
Okay, so answer. Okay, I asked you the same question, Ryan. If Amarim was with this Arsenal team spending that much money going against Pep, would he have won the league?
He wins more
In your
trophies than
opinion,
Arteta.
He
Well
might have
done,
won
Hamza.
I don't
Can you
think-
wait, Hamza? Can you wait?
I don't think no one will be winning the league while Pep's there.
So why do you hold it against Arteta?
Same as the Solskjaer. Pep was there when Solskjaer comes second. Pep was there when Mourinho comes second.
Yeah, why shouldn't Arteta be judged? Why should he?
I
not
know.
be?
This is the thing. He's won nothing.
I'm not.
Even the FA
See
Cup.
the difference?
even-
Actually, I'm not,
listen,
Tony. I'm not.
Even the
Judging him.
FA
I
Cup,
am
he did
saying,
win.
Why you favor
was with-
Amarim over Arteta? Why do you favor
It
Amarim
was
over
with
Arteta?
Emirates team.
Based on
All
what?
right, because the money Arteta's had in the Premier League, he's only failed. Has he not? Has he succeeded?
It's not failure.
He's only
I believe
failed.
his time at Arsenal in the current moment, he hasn't won the league yet, but I believe
So he's
in
only
the mission
failed.
he succeeded.
Has he failed or succeeded?
No, and in the current moment, he's actually he's,
So
he's
did
been
Solskjaer succeed?
No,
More. Is he a failure or
Why?
succeeded? Has he failed or
Did
succeeded?
he
Mourinho
hasn't failed yet.
succeed?
He hasn't failed yet.
Did
Hamza.
Mourinho succeed at United?
Eighth.
No,
Did Mourinho succeed at United when he comes
No.
second?
straight answers. No,
He won two trophies.
no, he
How
didn't.
many has Arteta won? Mourinho
Nothing.
didn't.
Won the FA Cup.
Mourinho
Mourinho
did.
didn't succeed with
Bro,
United.
Ten
He
Hag.
won-
I
he
can
won
explain. By the way,
Europa League.
Ryan.
He won
See,
the
I'm
Europa
answering
League.
straight questions. You can answer. Okay.
No, you said he
Listen,
won one.
Ten
He
Hag
won
asked
the
me a
FA Cup and
question,
the
right?
Europa League.
Ryan, you asked me a question. I answered.
Okay.
You can ask me why I think, right? Because I think Mourinho took the club backwards. I think Solskjaer took the club backwards. I think Arteta, from where he took Arsenal to where Arsenal is today, he took them way much forward. That's what I
But
believe.
he's
Is he the one
spent
to
a
win the
hell of a lot of
trophies?
money.
Is he the one to win the trophies? Maybe, maybe not. We'll know this season. Right? We'll know this season. But did he take them forward? Yes. Did Arteta progress with this team? Yes, 100%.
But hang on, Mo. Hang on. He's been taking the team forward allegedly for a few years. He's still won jack
Only
shit.
2 years.
When
Only
will
2
he
years.
be judged? When Pep come in, everyone slagged him off year one and said he's a fraud because we finished
Yep.
third, I think.
Fourth,
Oh,
third.
he's shite. He's shite. And then Pep goes and wins bloody everything straight after, right? When does Arteta get judged? When does
He
this
gets judged
happen?
every year. He got judged last year.
Does
gets
he?
judged
Last
this
season,
year.
you didn't call him a failure.
No, I think there's no.
I
I
genuinely,
agree.
I did call the season was a
No,
failure.
no. There is a split. I listened to your show earlier and agree. I do agree with this. I think the fans in the stadium are happy right now, and that's why he never gets questioned.
Yep. They're scared of him. I told you.
I've always told you, Mo, and this, I've always said to you, fans
Watch
in the
this comment.
stadium are very
People that watch me all
different.
the time.
No, exactly. No, but my point is, fans in the stadium are very different to the fans online. There's different
actually,
energies.
no. The majority
there
of
is
the people
no-
that
no,
come
there
on my
is.
show, even the people that go to the stadium, Martin, Rory, and others, and the people that don't go to the stadium, they both back Arteta.
No, I watched the show
Both
today, and
Arteta.
they even said, Mo, they even said there's different energy in the stadium. It is.
They love it.
You've
Even
seen
the
City
fans
fans
online
are
love
booing Jack Grealish in the stadium and singing his name around the stadium.
Ten Hag is
I don't know
loving
what you all
United.
think
We're
they're all
not,
doing
we're
in
not
there.
going on Jack Grealish. Look, we're not.
But by the way, you know what he's saying about Amarin? Do you know how many he's won trophies?
He did.
A lot of trophies.
I want so
He's turned around that sporting club. They were terrible a
100%.
couple of years ago.
You
before
guys-
he came in and
do you guys think that
Cheers.
Amarim comes to City if Arteta and Amarim leaves next season or the season after, go to Manchester City? Who do you think will be, if you are making the decision, who do you think will be more successful at Manchester City? It's a very simple
Arteta-
question, by the way. You can
Arteta
answer
has had
Amarim. You can say Arteta or Amarim.
No, I'm
I
saying
believe
Arteta
Amarim.
has had 5 years of experience in the Premier League. Like,
So you think Amarim then? So you think
And
Amarim?
spent 900 mil for 800.
Yeah.
exactly. So
More.
there's no guarantee Amarim will come in and be a good manager. It's the Premier League.
More, and I tell you why Amarim.
What makes it easier?
Mourinho was at Porto, Portuguese league, won that Portuguese league. Amarim has done it.
Don't you start shilling for Amarin, because
He's
I'll go
got-
back to 2
he's
weeks.
got- no, I like him. He's got
Don't
winning
you start
mentality.
with Amarin shilling.
I want a guy who comes here and knows about it's winning. It's about we're not messing around. I've won league title somewhere else, and he comes
You
in the
wanted
job.
Alonso 20
doesn't
minutes
have
ago. What are you
any
waffling
sacrifice.
about?
I
You wanted Alonso
I don't-
20 minutes
listen,
ago.
I don't want a manager. One second. I don't want a manager who put a speaker in our training ground and say this is Anfield or this is a light bulb. I want a manager that comes in and say, oh, we're winning a league title. I expect to win a league title. Then it's-
Hamza.
Anyway,
Hamza.
listen, we have to end the
Can I
show
just
here,
say one
guys.
thing, Mo,
Can we-
promise you?
before we go,
Hamza.
Martin, are you going to send? Are you going Mo? Are you going to put that Martin Samuel article up that you mentioned before?
Say that again.
You put the letter up, you didn't put the article.
I did put the
Yeah.
letter on.
Yeah, but you said Martin said he sent you something from Martin Samuel. You were going to put up on
He
screen.
never
as
sent
well.
me anything from Martin Samuel. He
No, I
sent me
just
a
sent
whole
the link
article.
to read. No, I sent in the link to show that the letter was genuine. Hamza,
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I
okay.
remember in the summer, you were gassing Liverpool fans on Amarin. Now you've turned around and gone, yeah, I want him.
Listen,
Go on,
people,
Hamza. Own it,
great
mate.
show. Great show. Fantastic. Martin, the Mancunian Way channel is in the description. Hamza, Talks Ball in the description. Ryan, new channel in the description. On the way to 1K, Ryan?
Subscribe
Yeah,
to
on
Ryan.
the
Let's
way
get
there.
Ryan to 1K.
Let's get Ryan to 1K,
No,
guys.
no one in
Help
the
him.
chat- no one in the chat's going to do that.
They will. There was a lot of Man City fans in the chat. Luke, of course, Luke City TV is in the description as well. Appreciate everyone that joined us, watched us, and always thanks for Tony, of course, joining us. Blue Tone on Twitter.
And Kelster.
And 𝐒𝐬𝐞 as well. She joined. She's gonna join me soon again. Big up everybody that joined us. Don't go anywhere. This will take you to Husam. Don Husam will do a Chelsea Liverpool stream.
Oh, is he on?
Or is
I'm
there-
pulling the chat.
It's a Liverpool Chelsea stream. And also myself and Hamza tomorrow 11 p.m. UK time on Al Ahwa on Don Husam's channel. Hamza, don't forget tomorrow 11 p.m. And tomorrow my schedule is actually might do a solo show in the morning for Q&A in the morning my time at 7 o'clock in the 7 a.m. in the morning. That is 1 p.m. UK time. I'm on Straight Facts, and then we have an Arsenal stream tomorrow at 5 p.m. UK time. Big up everybody that is here. If anybody wants to shout out their Twitter or their channel, go ahead, tell the people where to find you or what is coming on. Your floor is yours all.
Ruben Amorim is better
what's
than
it?
Arteta.
In your head. City's in your head. Na 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 na.
We'll
City's
see you
in
guys
your
soon.
head. In your head.
Take it easy, guys. See you later.
Take it easy, people. See you
Take care.
guys.
Right, take care, everyone.
Thanks for not watching.
See ya.